I am not at all convinced by, and I know I wouldn't be, right? It's not made for me. The kind of that is being levied at me with respect to some of the opinions that I've held. That any of these opinions relate to my attempts to curry favor with the community. I think that's like no basis to say that whatsoever. But also the character and nature of the detractors. I don't really see them in disagreements that often. And when they do, they fold like little pretzels. And so my strategy going forward
this is
not to back down from any of these conversations. My interest is focused more on Trump stuff, political stuff, legal stuff, no doubt. But I'm going to, rule notwithstanding, right? The rule in the Discord is what the rule in Discord is. I'm going to get significantly more chippy and demanding in conversations. Because I honestly don't think...
Oh, no.
Like, more than you already are? Question mark? Okay. Like, aren't you already at like a 10 when it comes to the way that you interact with things? Or, Jesus.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Nobody tell the Jewish kid about this, because I think that was his precise recommendation to Pisco. Pisco, start telling
Baba Booey.
instead of letting them off the hook. When Destiny comes on and says, do you think this is celebrating? And then he reads a whole bunch of totally benign comments. You need to actually go, actually, you're a complete... You don't go, oh, well, I guess, like, maybe you could say that. I don't think it's quite that strong. No, wrong. You are a deliberately dishonest, some word that I'm not allowed to say, but it rhymes with Mr. Mooten, okay? Starts with an F, ends in a T, okay? You're a deliberately dishonest person.
I think my patience, and it is patience, even though it's been sort of, I think, slimed as like, I don't know, perceived weaselness or something, by exhaustively going through things and like walking people through step 1 or 2, it's going to be a lot more just like right to the point every single second. And so if you want to have those conversations, I'm happy to do it. I'm going to ask probably that you guys like, when you get in, like, listen, this is for big boys if you want to do this conversation. And if you're not interested in that, you don't have to have the conversation. You can continue like chatting what you want to chat and within the rules of my Discord and within wherever communities you are saying things. But I don't think that it's respected when people are patient and nice. I really don't, right? I've been saying for a while now, I think it is true that like people don't respect that. And for whatever reason, it doesn't get through. And so I certainly am not going to back down from opinions.
If people are constantly challenging you and you feel as though you constantly have the correct answer, I think maybe you should look at the lowest common denominator in all of these interactions, right? Who is the lowest common denominator, right? It's you. If you're not good at explaining things and it's not getting through and your arguments are not getting through and people constantly have an issue with you, like, whose problem is that, right? And these are people who are generally like good faith people, right? Like, I wouldn't say Steven is bad faith. I wouldn't say Hutch is bad faith, right? When it comes to anti-fans, if they're telling you constantly that you're wrong and they'll never let up anything, then I can understand that, okay? Then I can understand not taking them seriously because they're always going to say that you're wrong. They're always going to say that you're incorrect, right? They'll never change their opinion in regards to that. But I guess this is different. If really good faith people are coming to you with these opinions and you just don't understand and you just blame it all on Destiny's audience, right? I think that's a very lazy way to look at things. You're not actually questioning if you're communicating the message across in an effective manner, right? You're not really questioning if you're making better arguments, or maybe you should even change your opinion, right? It's almost as if you don't have the correct opinion. Yeah, sometimes you're just wrong. And I think that you need to come to terms with that, right? You can't just say, well, I'm always going to assume with the default that I'm always going to be correct, right? Because that's a painfully naive way to look at life in general, right? I'm always just going to assume I'm correct. I'm never going to say I'm wrong, right? Another thing about this is notice the way that Jstlk is covering Pisco. Remember when I said that the mission of the anti-fans is to hype up people that they want to convert to their side, and they effectively treat them as weapons, and they effectively treat them sociopathically as like tools? Do you see how Jstlk isn't actually treating Pisco like a normal human being? He is specifically citing that Kuihman is the one that is telling Pisco to be more and more aggressive and to be more and more unhinged, right? Basically, they're trying to lower Pisco down to their level, because Pisco initially was above them, right? Like in terms of dignity, standards, and all of that stuff, right? What they're essentially trying to do is that they're trying to lower Pisco to their level, right? They're trying to weaponize him. They're trying to gas him up. They're trying to compliment him. They're trying to do all of these things. These are manipulation tactics. Like, I would say it's akin to love bombing, essentially. And yeah, so then you're able to use them against your worst enemies, but you don't have any regard for them, like for their own well-being, right? Like, I don't think they care about Pisco's career all that much, right? Outside of only using his career long enough to attack Destiny, right? Like, they don't care about the long-term consequences of his career, whether or not he is pigeonholing himself into this Destiny hole more and more, right? They don't care about that. They have no care for Pisco. They have no genuine care for Pisco, okay? Yeah. So everything that I've talked about, you know, you'll see that. And you'll find that I'm just correct. As simple as that, okay? Yeah, because when you have an audience of people who all hate Destiny, you can weaponize them pretty effectively to gas people up so then they can join your side, essentially, right?
I actually hold. I think that the response has been
Yeah.
shambolic.
Just so you know, okay, manipulation tactics like this is most effective against people with massive egos, okay? If you are a narcissist or a psychopath or something, all right, or you have psychopathic or narcissistic tendencies, you're going to be more susceptible to these tactics because you're going to be more predictable, okay? Your intelligence does not matter, all right? The only thing that matters is how psychopathic, sociopathic you are, okay? The lack of, introspection and self-awareness, right? Yeah. Basically, they're trying to turn him into a lolcow, but also as a weapon, okay? But
And pathetic. And it shows in the character of the arguments, which are all personal, none of the merits. And when they show up, they fold.
Fold or just lie transparently. Just totally like fabricate. It is what it is.
So that's going to be my approach going forward on those
people who are
regulations.
prone to flattery.
But it has nothing to do with issues. None of this has anything to do with issues. All of this has to do with other stuff. Right? These positions I've had on two discrete things: the Sun Global Enter, we just read an opinion, and Ethan Klein lawsuit. These have been my positions, or at least most of the positions that people take issue with. There are aspects in which the Ethan wants to change a little bit, but by and large, this is my position for months now. So none of this is like
Sith,
breaking it.
quick
And
to
it
join
relates
you
not
in
at
the
all.
fight.
And my mission hasn't changed because of it. And I hope you guys, if you feel, I saw there was one comment. It's absolutely unhinged. It's really funny. Like to me, it totally shows the nature of the response here. So I unsubbed you from you over the latest coverage you had of Ethan's lawsuit. I previously defended you against people that criticized you for simply examining his unhinged filing and criticizing him over his attempt at the savior complex. However, in the latest coverage you did, you've thrown away most of your values and morals in favor of dogmatically defending the defendants of these lawsuits in such ways that make you a complete and utter hypocrite on now every previous conversation with the maggot regarding Donald's legal woes. No explanation, right? No explanation whatsoever as to what the hypocrisy is. No explanation as to a dogmatic defense of these people. Dogmatic defense.
Good
And what's
evening.
Put the username on the fucking screen, you bitch. Don't protect this guy. Put the username on the fucking screen.
sense? We're only examining the context of the justification, in which I'm absolutely ascribing culpability in some senses, not just in the sense that people seem to want me to say. But there's absolutely no dogmatism involved with these people. And but
This is actually getting sad. Yeah, I know. It's really depressing. Like, just look at Pisco with his, Santa hat alone. No friends. No girlfriend. Nobody around him. Alone. With his Santa hat. Looking like a loser. All right. Perfect for manipulation by the anti-fans, right?
thing is, it's highly emotional. It's highly emotional. And the person is not only drawing the paint, art against
There's this kind of subtle imagery here, Absolute cinema.
your own friend Hutch over this. You use all the bad faith debate tactics to intentionally obscure each time with each unneeded analogy, parts of the actual case at hand, since you are smart enough to know that on facts and merit, you've got no chance in a debate on this subject. Not the case. Not
In these movies where, no, actually, a good example is Darth Vader, okay? It's like, I've heard bad things about the Obi-Wan show, okay? But when they were facing each other, I only watched that fight scene, and it's like, I'm sorry, I failed you, Anakin. Anakin is dead. I was the one that killed him, right? Darth Vader is the one that killed Anakin. I feel like Pisco is dead, that's what I feel. Okay, this isn't Pisco, all right? This is just a fabrication, a simulacrum of what Pisco once was, a shell of his former self, right? You know how some people used to be bright, awesome, and they're really admirable and shit? And then they get on drugs, and they get on a heroin or meth addiction, and then they completely change as a person. I feel like this is what Pisco is. I think Pisco is like a professor who has gotten a heroin addiction, essentially. And stuff that they would never do before, like lie to their students or lie to their family or steal shit to sell for cash to buy more drugs, right? Like they are now starting to do, right? Even though they have a PhD, even though they have a tenure, right? This is kind of what it reminds me of, essentially. Yeah. So again, intelligence doesn't matter here, okay? It really doesn't. Yeah.
the case. Those analogies, those things are meant to clarify. And first of all, I don't think Hutch feels any way about it. We're totally cordial behind the scenes, totally like Merry Christmas. One of my friends,
Because I believe him to be a very
long-time
smart
Hutch,
person.
a long-time fan of Hutch. No explanation of bad faith debate tactics used. Can anyone describe a bad faith debate tactic?
Sure, trying to demand evidence even though you already know the fact, right? That's a really good example. And that is one I can instantly name off the top of my head, right? Trying to demand evidence in which you already know the fact of, right?
Bad faith debate tactic was me saying,
Okay. I wish he could just admit that the jump to the moon thing, well, not a bad faith debate tactic, looked really bad to a lot of people, and just be like, I understand why it looked bad, and I won't use that precise description moving forward. That's the one thing where I'm like, hey, that looked really stupid to a lot of people who don't get where you're coming from. You have to have an external rule set brought in, or you have to have the laws of physics accepted, and it's like, why concede that? Because if you say nothing could possibly make you think this, it's just like, he can even clarify and say, technically I'm right there, but I understand why it's difficult for people to understand why I'm right there. I just want you to acknowledge that people would feel when they hear that, you're being crazy, that you're crazy making them. I understand, Jordan, though. Don't concede anything, Kilo. I understand that. I'm telling you, you don't even have to concede. You just go, I understand it sounds weird.
Oh, Kilo is an actual retard. Kilo is the editor for Present Sunday. Was the editor for Present Sunday. This person is now stuck in the anti-fan groups. But I remember once discussing with someone about the condition of Kilo. And because this person was essentially Kilo's friend. And they basically said that Kilo was somebody who was stuck in these communities, in these very, very, very toxic communities, and he just keeps on spiraling down them. Even though like they had to pull him back out multiple times. Yeah, for people who know who I'm talking about, they know who I'm talking about. But otherwise, yeah, don't worry about it, okay? But yeah.
I'm correct with it, but I understand most people don't think that way, so I'm probably not going to use that again. Didn't have to say he's wrong. He just has to say, like, he has to clarify and say, like, I understand why that looked weird to people or sounded weird to people.
Oh, instead of possible, plausible. Like, that's a bad faith debate tactic, is to clarify what we mean by words. Like, no examples used whatsoever. You have some word?
Oh, why did he should have just let those recordings. I wanted to cover those recordings on stream. And he was like, no, don't. Well, sorry. People were like, no, don't. I asked his mods. Not him. I asked his mods. And they're like, no, don't cover it. And it's like, fuck. Because I swear everybody who's tried to come in and talk to Pisco and be like, well, instead of like doing the possible versus plausible thing, why don't you do, and then they just rewrite and present possible versus plausible over and over and over again. Or they say, why don't you just entertain their argument until later, and then you figure out if it actually matters, right? It's like, so just have a
Did I hear that chinless fucking retard complain that a person's screen name wasn't on screen?
conversation going down a blind alley for 10 minutes, waste your time completely, and then say, wait, did you mean that like 1 in a million this happens, or that this could be the case, that we haven't categorically ruled this out? Because that's not very helpful to the conversation. Oh, anyway.
Worst takes of all time in the discussion. Which takes? Of which I do now hope and any and all Rob Nor types clip and hit you over the head with, whilst rightly accusing you of blatant hypocrisy. No explanation about partisanship. In what sense is this partisanship like for any party or side? This isn't about like political view or expression. That's my whole point. That it's not about these things. And it shouldn't be about these things. No explanation of hypocrisy whatsoever. It is now simply a fact that Ethan had legal grounds to the 3 defendants. Something I've never said he didn't, right? Had the moral high ground on them, too, for all the coordinated harassments their communities engaged in. And this, I think, is the coup de grace. This guy, I don't give a fuck if you leave, by the way, in the subject. If this is the state of your mind, where you're like,
let's go!
You're just so angry, you're unable to give any examples, you're like, you're hypocrite, you're present. Go, bro, I don't need you, I don't want you. Y'all can fucking leave, I don't give a fuck. But
get the fuck out of here. Go back to whatever cult you came from. And that's not necessarily DG. There's other cults that love Ethan for no fucking reason, okay? Ethan's just a bad person. He's been a bad person for a long time. He goes on his little podcast and he goes his little, oh, gee, shucks, I'm just a goofy guy. He's not. He's like an actual harmful, bad person. And has been for a long time. And pretending otherwise because he's like your favorite cute little guy on his little stream is gay. You're a fucking loser. Shut up. Grow up, okay? Grow up. Just grow the fuck up.
Oh, essence of all this, and what's been unveiled, is this utter derangement on moderation standards.
He's not necessarily wrong, per se, but he probably thinks that for way different reasons than I am, okay?
That is so openly one-sided, so obviously ad hoc. I don't even need to say the words. I don't even need to make the comparisons. They make themselves. And so that's like everything. It's a state of absolute derangement and delusion, and I invite conversations with all these people.
I apologize to Pisco for existing and making it so, to make me the bad guy. All of these people have to maintain the standard. And while that is not all that's going on here, I do think for like the craziest people, who are like basically lying about him, I do think that's the case. I think that is what undergirds this is these people need to maintain this position.
Who is lying about you?
And they happen to agree on both the I guess like the my community thing and the Ethan thing.
Who's lying about Pisco?
How keenly aware of the fact that this is a proxy war is Pisco? I think he's almost entirely aware now. Like after stuff was getting brought up about me, well, I mean he referenced it multiple times. He literally referenced it multiple times. Yeah, you're really okay with him? So he clarified this Kringle Knish and took that back and said he just had.
Someone friendly.
He clarified this and said
Night Raid? Impossible.
That's why it's banned from his Discord. I mean, okay. Did anybody really engage in this in his Discord when it wasn't like them actively fighting on stream? Like I don't think most people were engaging very often in his Discord, unless I'm crazy. I don't think so.
At some point, we might need to get like a moderator involved so we stay on topic. I challenge you. I challenge all of you to take the time to actually segment the conversations and listen to what's being said. I think people actually struggle. All right, we have some. Hello. This is Belinda. Belinda. Oh shit, you're coming out of the wrong ears. One second. Belinda, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hi, Pisco audio issues.
Yeah.
That happened
every time.
Classic. Well, the last time I was here, if I recall. Actually, you know what? If you don't mind, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because honestly, I'm about as sick of it as you probably are.
Yeah.
I can ask you a question about the Ethan Klein lawsuit shit because that Loner had an interesting idea that he really wanted
Loner?
to do. I guess that he just LonerBox.
Who's, Loner. I thought you said Gooner had an idea.
Yeah, no, Bonerbox.
Okay, got Loner.
Goonerbox. Yeah. He had an interesting idea about it. So I just have a hypothetical for you, okay?
Yeah.
And I might even add a little bit to it. So you know how Ethan called you a fake lawyer? He did that, didn't he?
He did not call me.
Linda's a LonerBox mod and frequent caller. Cool.
Me.
I hope this isn't one of the people in LonerBox's Discord.
I fucking love
lawyer
this
specifically,
guy.
but I think you implied it.
Okay. Well, let's say that
He said I was like LARPing, but I think it's implied.
Let's say that Ethan decided to do that, to continuously call you that, like to literally call you a fake lawyer.
Yeah.
And like let's say that he decided to cover you and react to you over and over again continuously, or like comment on shit that let's say that he decided to go after you as obsessively as they say that he goes after Hassan. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, you come out with some video about something, maybe something related to him actually, and he announces to his stream, and he's like, you know what? Fuck Pisco. I hate this guy. He's a fake lawyer, and we're gonna watch this video. And I want you to come watch it on my stream so that I can take all his views away. Fuck him, and because I don't want him to make any ad revenue or money from this. And then he does it. Do you really think that you wouldn't be within your bounds to sue him for copyright infringement after he said all that shit?
When you say
When you
say within your bounds, what are you referring to? Legality, morality, or what?
I mean, like, I guess what I'm asking is would you want to sue him for copyright infringement and also represent yourself while doing it, so you could, as a fuck you to him? Is that something that you see yourself doing?
If you're asking me whether practically I would file a lawsuit on that basis, almost certainly not. But I'm assuming that's not what you're asking. I'm assuming
This Linda person is a content farmer, dude.
I'm telling you, like, I would be probably more likely to do a DMCA thing or something like that if I was really pissed.
You know, that would be unironically absolute cinema, all right? This like fucking LonerBox mod who is convincing Pisco to sue Ethan Klein. Oh, if that happens, Christmas, I will cry from tears of joy from the months of drama I would get from that. Holy shit.
About it or pissed about him doing shit like that. But just be aware of what question you're asking me.
Oh, you would like use the tools that everybody uses for this exact issue? Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Because it might just be obviated by some other predominating concern, which is I don't want to fucking file a lawsuit for some shit I don't really care that much about, which is him being petty towards me. But if you want to ask something different, which is if I did,
why
would it be
not?
justified, then ask that.
Okay.
You're pretty dedicated. You're pretty passionate.
Dude, I hate to do this to this person because I'm literally eating right now.
I
but-
did, would it be justified? Then ask that.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw the Chernobite message before. I had
Yeah.
to do it. Okay.
I mean, it was
I'm
Loner's
sorry,
question
I'm sorry.
technically, so but I thought it was a good question.
What's the
Because,
question?
Like, that was mainly, the question that or the thing that he was getting at was like, would you not be justified in filing a lawsuit against somebody who had basically spent like the past several months? And actually, I guess you go further even into it. And like every time you had a stream, his fans were showing up in your chat and like spamming shit or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
So
to like further. Yeah.
You're asking, would it be justified on that view, right? And my answer is,
Yeah,
if
the
I didn't care about the
Jstlk
underlying
cackle, fuck
infringement or
me,
preventing
dude.
the infringement, I think the answer is no.
Okay. I mean, would you care? I wonder if you would like. I don't know. I kind of feel like you like maybe you might just a little bit, or like you might be annoyed at the
There
fact
might be
that
some
you
infringement. There might be
Yeah.
some infringement that I cared about. But if I didn't care about the infringement, if I don't actually feel like the infringement matters to me, in fact, if I want the infringement, I don't think I would be ethically justified. If that's what you're asking, is that what you're asking?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. I guess.
Okay.
I mean,
Because
I don't know.
this is so trivial because if we change this to LonerBox and Hassan, everyone understands. Okay. So if you have seen LonerBox do reviews of Hassan's content in which he's like not doing much in a given moment, right? I'm sure you've seen it.
Okay. Oh, I just saw a
If Hassan's
crazy frame.
content in
Didn't
which he's like not doing much in a given moment, right?
I knew I saw a crazy fucking frame.
Wait, what? LonerBox equals Caseytron in this instance? That is the analogy here, right? Is that LonerBox equals Caseytron? That because LonerBox is somebody who covers Hassan nonstop, then therefore we would all understand if Hassan sued him. Well, I mean, we would all understand why Hassan would sue LonerBox, right? Because Hassan is a spiteful little bitch, okay? But whether or not he'll actually have a case like Ethan had is a completely different question, right?
I saw.
Because in no way, shape, or form has LonerBox ever said that he is covering Hassan to take away his views or try to hurt his bottom line. Okay, he has never said that. He has always criticized him as a person and insulted him and like made fun of him. All right, which is like, I mean, okay, there you go, right?
I saw it. Okay, I see Into the Matrix. I'm just like, dude. What?
Ugh, this guy is so putrid and
the right
disgusting
one?
and filthy and gross and gross. Ugh. What a,
I'm sorry. This is that's crazy
how,
shit.
how does anybody
Sure you've seen
listen to this guy?
Yeah. Although. Yeah, I
Yes.
guess so. I mean, LonerBox's reacts always. But yes, I understand what you're saying. You're going to say that basically, technically, like
Bro actually unironically laughs like a bog witch, dude. It's crazy up in this
any
bitch.
React content, you could sue for copyright infringement. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I'm not saying that you can sue for copyright infringement. We're just talking now about the justification, right? The justification. Like if Hassan sued LonerBox for those instances, you would say, right, it's not justified. Assuming he didn't care about the infringement. Assuming he didn't care about the infringement. Assuming
Oh, you use the dude. The Pisco freeze frames are really funny. He gets like really impassioned and then just like blows up and he gets like very. I don't know. He just makes funny faces. I'm like, fuck. This is the problem with like sometimes calling people ugly or something. Is it might seem like I'm making fun of him. I think he's like. I genuinely just think it's funny. I don't think he's like ugly or something. I'm not trying to make fun of his looks or some shit. It's funny.
that he
That's
is
all.
saying, oh, I'm only suing him to support the socialist Marxist revolution, and all the proceeds I'm going to do, and he's lying, or like is to that end or something. And it's to protect the React community, the socialist React community. If he said something
I
like
would,
that, and if you didn't think that he actually cared about the copyright, would you say, yeah, that's totally ethically justified for him to sue my boy Loner?
Well, no, I wouldn't. But I would also add to that. I would also say, fuck that, because I would. I mean, this is going beyond the bounds of your hypothetical, because I would say that what Loner does counts as
But doesn't Pisco's chat attack LonerBox? I thought Pisco's chat attacked LonerBox and he doesn't do anything to fucking curb that shit. Or am I wrong? Does anybody who watches Pisco know? I'm pretty sure this is right.
as fair use. And to be honest with you, like
All of it?
given
All
the
of it,
length
you
her given the length
That's
of her reaction,
delusional.
I feel like,
That's delusional.
I feel like, oh, is that not true? Like, is that not? I don't know how fair use works.
I've seen LonerBox streams where he's reviewing the content and like sporadically commenting in between like playing a video game where it's okay, it's a step up from like a chair react, but on fair use grounds, it's fucking cooks.
Okay. You're talking about stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually when he reacts to a song, he has
No, it's fucking not. What? So if you twirl a pen while you're reacting to something, is that the same as leaving your chair or stating malice? Like if you twirl your pen as a way to stimulate yourself while like reacting to something, is that malicious behavior? No, right? If you're playing a video game, right, like I am right now, and I'm still commentating and listening to their words, right, sometimes, is that malicious behavior to hurt their bottom line? God, what kind of arguments is being made right now? It's just so stupid and retarded if you think about it for like 5 seconds, but whatever.
a lot to
Not
say.
always, though. What I'm saying is not always in the case in which he's not doing that, when it's not fair use. That's the case in which we want to examine. And the truth is, and I want you to grant it, if the roles were reversed, everyone would be on the opposite side. You must agree with that, right? 95%, I won't say everybody, 95.
Or you mean like all the people that are shitting on you right
Correct.
now?
Correct.
Yeah,
I was shitting on his,
yeah.
of course.
No, my line has, like, if you want to draw the line at malice, we can draw it at malice, okay? Then it has to be malice. That, like, it's shrimple us, right? Hey. Oh My God.
Because
Forget about
basically, what
that
she
never
has to do to
happened.
come back from this is she has to go. The response is always indicative of the fact that these people don't understand the argument or are operating in bad faith. I think in this one, it's more that they don't understand. Because the response from LonerBox, and I think what would be the response from this person is because she already included it once. Well, what if he was like really unhinged and covering yourself all the time and like was totally like, it's like, dude, well, okay, the first thing you do there, if somebody's covering your stuff all the time, they're really unhinged.
His John was
try to
like,
DMCA
I'm
them,
so stoned. Yeah.
right? That's what you would do first.
Exactly it. Oh, I'm so stoned.
If they maintain that their reactions are fair use,
just so stoned right
then
now.
I personally think that you shouldn't sue them. If their reactions are on par with what you would do yourself or with what other people would do, I don't think you should sue them. But if you don't DMCA first, I think you're just trying to fuck people over. You're obviously just so.
Of course. And so what does that tell you,
Yeah.
Kalinda, right?
Yes. Well, no,
By the way, okay, whether or not somebody has a case or not versus whether or not somebody should sue somebody morally for their stated reason are two different questions, right? One question addresses whether or not they will win the lawsuit. The other question is a moral question, and it addresses whether or not the justification for suing them is okay, right? No matter whether or not you actually have you actually have a case or not, right? Does that make sense? But I feel like people, well, it's a bobcat. I'm taking that. Holy shit. But yeah, do you guys see what I mean? I mean what I say? How these are just two fundamentally different questions, but people are just mixing them up for their own benefit.
I know. I understand. Like,
Yes. So,
no, I get it. There's a.
So it's not principled, right? It's not principled. They're not principled. Unprincipled. They're not. They're inventing some shit. They're inventing some shit about intentional malicious siphoning and all that stuff. That's all made up.
Yes, I see what you mean. Good.
Yeah, I mean,
then I mean
but,
what
like,
I
listen, I'll
say.
be honest with you. I just want to ask you that question because I thought that it was interesting that Loner put it. But I'll be like, I don't actually care that much about this about Ethan Klein.
Apparently, Raul's using these for thumbnails, and they're going on. Pisco v DGG or. All right, funny stuff. Funny stuff. Funny stuff.
I challenge all of you
Dude,
to
what's funny
take the time
about
to
that?
actually segment the conversations and listen to what's being said. I
Weird
think people
sense of
actually
humor,
struggle. All right,
but
we have
okay.
to stream.
Feels weird.
Hello, hello.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong video because I opened up multiple timestamps for Pisco.
Whenever it's on
This is where we were.
relationship or
I
whatever.
appreciate it. No, that's fine. You don't have to care about everything. But this is why I ask people, and I get glad of this too, if they care about it. Because if you don't care about it, that's cool. The thing is, people do care about it. They very, very much care about it. The fact
Yeah,
they're talking
I
about it,
know.
and they're so pissed. They're calling me dank sports. They care about it. And the reason I ask if you care is because people will say they don't care. But the truth is, Kalinda, your lack of care is, just be honest, it's because you don't like these people. If you liked them, you would care, right?
No, I mean, I don't care that much about Ethan's motivation, and like, I don't even know if like I support the lawsuits or whatever. The thing that I care about within this whole thing is the extent to which that Ethan has been harassed. And I'm not saying that you're doing this, what I'm about to say, but unfortunately, a lot of the people, and I think maybe this is why I got roped into this, a lot of the people who are supporting or who are against Ethan filing the lawsuits or whatever are people who are against it on the grounds that they also like deny the severity of the harassment that Ethan has faced and like the craziness
Kalinda?
behind
I
it,
thought
and
it was
the reasons
Linda,
behind that harassment.
not
Or they're okay with
Kalinda.
it because they think.
Nope. Nope. Okay, I can meme about the skulls. Me memeing about the skulls wasn't my original position. When it happened originally, I'm like, oh, that sucks. It's really bad. And when the CBS thing happened, I was like, oh, that's really bad. The meme has been that it has been used as a rationale or a justification for all of Ethan's bad behavior for like 8 months now. Like, we're done, okay? We're done. We're done with the Skullacross industry and everything it entails. You get 8 months for free, and now you got to pay. All right. So I don't think like I don't need to deny the harassment, but I deny what I think everybody denies is that we know the source of the harassment, or that holding these people saying these people are culpable for the harassment is not something that stands, right? That idea doesn't stand on its own. So
Think that Ethan is an evil, disgusting Zionist genocide supporter, and that his wife is like the raider of Ramallah and all this other insane shit. Like, I care a little bit more about like the way in which everybody basically came at him.
that's you, Kathy.
She's
Talking about
streaming
you right now.
Kalinda
He did not
live.
toe the
Oh.
line 100%.
Yeah, he didn't deserve that criticism, right? He didn't deserve those kinds of attacks.
No, I don't think that he deserves
Pisco's
that.
real?
And I
I
feel like it was a
believe
waste
so.
of like it just I guess it said so much about the online left if this was going to be their focus, attacking a liberal over this dumb shit instead of like trying to do something.
But doesn't
political,
everyone kind of
you know?
fucking know that lefties are cooked as fuck on the Israel stuff and that they take these like insane positions, even with respect to people who are sensible allies? Like they've always been against liberal Zionists. Always. This is not something.
Yeah.
The thing, they say vicious things to liberal Zionists. I just don't understand what the basis of surprise is. These kinds of unhinged views regarding liberal Zionists or two-state solutioners who believe in Israel as a Jewish state. That is like not new. That is as old as apple fucking pie. And so the basis that oh my god they all turn on the liberal Zionists. Yeah, the left is unhinged on this shit a lot of the time, and that shouldn't be a basis of surprise. Now, is it unhinged and still wrong for them to do the kind of malicious attacks where they're either lying about him or they're? I don't even agree with snarking in the first place, where you have this kind of like obsessive focus on a particular person. I have no
Yeah, I
issue saying
don't-
that.
I hate it.
But there's this thing where like two wrongs don't always make a right, right? Just because, and I think you would grant this. If they're lying about him, do you think that we should lie back in response?
Oh no, I don't.
Right. So,
like,
so just
honestly, I don't
just
think
knowing that a
it's
party is being
necessary
wrong,
to lie about
just
these
knowing that a
people.
party is wrong doesn't resolve the answer. That's what there's two parts of the equation. First is were you wrong, and is your retaliatory action justified? You have to consider both. And anyone who says that I don't really care about the justification part, I just care about the initial
Oh,
aggression
great.
and not whether or not the reaction is justified in light of the initial aggression as to the means by which the response is dictated and the target of the response. That is just an excuse not to think. That's just being a coward fuck. I'm not saying you, but like I'm saying people who say I only care about that. I don't want to consider other things. They're just being coward fucks.
And see
You don't-
shit.
And it's the opposite of what they accuse me of. Right? You get plenty of bonus points for staying in line and for saying all the right things according to whatever the in-group preferences of your specific community.
Facilitating stalking communities for Hassan is morally justified because Hassan is bad. Obviously.
Yeah, the opposite of what you said.
yeah.
Let's consider it even if it pisses off your own audience. So it's actually ironic.
Is that really that unfair though? If somebody, hold on, if somebody is like actually evil and somebody is like a huge net negative to like the online discourse and someone is like, and this person is also a grifter, he doesn't actually care about things, he is a liar, he's a malicious, like, he's basically like a mafia boss in his own circle. Can't you kind of justify the end of their career? Can't you justify like going after their career? Don't you think that you can, if you can justify going after someone's career for being like a, I don't know, a child predator or something, right? Why can't you justify somebody like Hassan? I'm not saying that he's the exact same as a child predator, but damn, dude, he might even be worse. Because at least a child predator is gonna fucking, I don't know, like, bro. Because they don't have an audience of like millions and millions of people, right? Like, damn, dude. Hold on. You hear what I'm saying? For fuck's sake. Be a reaction on Pisco's end. If I showed up on Pisco's VC and acted like this, drumming up drama, I literally would not give a fuck, okay? Because the fucking standards now for like proper fucking warfare and shit is like completely fucked, okay? Like I wouldn't engage like actual harassment. Like I wouldn't go like, oh my god, you guys need to go and harass Pisco or something. But like if one of my fucking viewers, right, just happened to call into Pisco and then ask them questions, literally who gives a fuck, right? Because if the anti-fans did it to me, then like why, and then everybody does it to everybody else, like if that is the standard we're gonna set in this space, then why should like I be held to a higher standard and like put myself at a disadvantage? Like that makes no sense. Like yeah, no dice. Like I wouldn't get why I would like put myself at an active disadvantage like that. Yeah.
I think the opposite. And as you sit here, is there anything that I just said that you disagree with?
I mean, not like super a lot. Like, I guess the main thing that's kind of frustrating, like, where I sort of feel for Ethan is like, it's kind of like a question of, well, what the fuck is he supposed to do? How is he going to stop these people from constantly? Because like the level of
You have to understand that that is a thought-terminating thing. What the fuck is he supposed to do? Doesn't justify any action. Doesn't justify going after somebody not responsible. Are you out of your fucking mind?
unhingedness is like it's off the charts. You know, the CPS call, mailing skulls to his house, the doxing, and I mean, like really, the H3 star.
Skulls! Dude, hold on. Who's got the clip of Pisco from the other night? Where he slipped on this and he did it. He slipped on it and he did it accidentally, and then he immediately was like, oh fuck, oops. Who's got the clip?
Yeah, as long as your behavior isn't embarrassing. Yeah. Also, not only that has already happened, essentially.
Where's the clip? I know the clip exists. Where's the clip? Kathy, where's the clip? Kathy, I know you got the clip.
Kathy. Like, all the fucking, like, Kiwi Farm anti-fans all in one place. No associating with the Kiwi Farms, by the way.
Find it.
Considering how Ryle just probably my nuts your mouth. What the fuck? This player. We gotta stay away from this motherfucker, okay?
I swear to God, it's somewhere. I swear to God, I saw this clip. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
This guy's too dangerous.
Somebody's like talking about this and he goes, yeah, I know, the CPS and the skulls, I know, or some shit like this.
He's been dealing with that for years. It seems like at least part of this lawsuit was him trying to like find the H3 Snark mods, maybe so that he can sue them for something else. Although he did complain in the past about the fact that they were like stealing his members-only content and then like restreaming it in other places.
I don't understand that either, because like, okay, so if there's a justification, a purported justification that wasn't actually given in the video.
Jstlk knows about not standing on his own due to his obesity, requiring him to use a cane to walk. Bro, Jesus Christ.
Right? So what you're saying here, people will do is they'll do these post-hoc rationalizations of the lawsuits that aren't included in the announcement of the video, right? So one that they've done is CPS call, not included in the video, justifying the traffic.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah, right. So another post-hoc explanation is discovery rationale, not included in the video. It's unclear to me, A, why we should credit an explanation that isn't actually offered by Ethan and just give like potential justifications. But even if I grant...
Hold on, somebody may have found the clip. Okay, it just got uploaded, 1 second.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
You justified as a exercise of a fishing expedition to get discovery material on an unrelated case to do the case initially?
No,
yes or no?
Of course not.
Yes.
Really? Okay, all right, fine, whatever.
So sorry, I want to do this.
I gotta refit. I have to refit my fucking
CPS,
thing.
skulls. Sorry, my bad.
I find it funny, but that would be very unprofessional of me. I also don't care enough to be a participant in drama. Well, I mean, if you decide to venture outside of your job zone, okay, just so you know, okay, you don't. I'm not holding you to any other standards outside of like just working for me, okay. However, okay, just because I talked about this with the previous editor before, okay, I've talked about this with the previous editor before. I told them just don't be retarded, okay. Stop talking about retarded edgy shit all the time, okay? Yeah, just don't do that. Stop doing that, okay? But outside of that, like, who gives a fuck, right? Literally, who gives, like, otherwise Chud Logic has to control his editor, right? Otherwise Chud Logic should be able to control his editor and like direct him on what to do. But DK is like the most like fucking insane like fucking editor to ever exist in the space, I guess. Due to like how actively he likes participating in the drama itself, okay? And much less to say about Hassan's editors like Austin Knox and shit like that, right? Who are also active participants. But
I mean, they're
going after him. They're saying all this stuff. Yeah.
It's like seeping into the back of his brain a little bit. It's so fucking
Ugh.
funny.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Laugh.
So sorry.
Disgusting.
I want to do this. I've always wanted to do this.
So anyway, you're saying
Okay,
CPS,
so CPS
skulls.
Sorry, my bad.
I mean that,
It's so funny.
Unfortunately, that's
so
not.
funny.
Yeah, but like I said, I just kind of like I'm not. I told you like I don't necessarily have a super strong opinion about like whether or not the lawsuit was a misuse of the legal
What the
system or any
hell?
of that stuff. I'm just saying that like I don't know what the hell else he's supposed to do to get these people to leave him the fuck alone.
Listen, I
Even that's
sympathize, but
Hold on. Who fails to understand that if you go after somebody who's like tangentially related but not guilty of the crime you're trying to like fuck them over for, you don't actually go after the person who did it. They're anonymous. They're in the wind. How have you reduced the likelihood of somebody else doing it by shooting a random person? Like,
Because it's the person who is instigating it? What are you talking about? Like, should we not hold Donald Trump responsible for January 6th?
somebody vandalizes the autocratic leader's fucking statue, and he just goes to a school. Excuse me. He just goes to a school, picks out a kid, and shoots him in the forehead. And he's like, "That'll be a lesson to all of you." Do you really think that's gonna stop anything? That's not how shit works. And especially if those people already didn't like you, you being an eminently, like a far less likable person doesn't help you. It doesn't make it stop. If you're not gonna go and deter the people who are actually doing the conduct, you're gonna deter somebody who is less radical. You're going to radicalize more people. Who is fucking confused? Who doesn't understand this? It's not fucking confusing. It's really easy to understand. You've watched it play out in history 1,000 times.
But just because there's no quote unquote solution doesn't mean that what you do is therefore justified, right? Suppose that the
No,
only
I
solution to
agree.
get them to shut the fuck up is to run them over with your Tesla. It wouldn't make it justified.
Is
So
there-
the lack of
actually,
alternative, yeah, go for it.
I'm just curious, like because
Reference to
Looks
something?
maxing Chad's
or-
up massive.
you know more about law stuff than I do. Like, is there actually a legal recourse that you could take that's not like some crazy shit like DMCA stuff? Like, the only one I
That's not some crazy shit like DMCA. DMCA is less crazy than what he did.
can think of is defamation, but that doesn't really work. Or
To
does
what,
it?
right? Like to the CPS call? Let's take each of the
No,
things,
not
right?
for that.
Okay,
Oh
so-
no, I think honestly at this point I think that Bad Banana could absolutely be sued for defamation.
Then why hasn't he?
Definitely by LonerBox.
Wait, then why hasn't he sued him for defamation?
I don't know. Apparently,
There's a
probably because
lawsuit,
he's
right?
Not, it's probably because he's not in America. It's
I think
because
he's in
not
Argentina, but
hiding.
like here, like yes, it's easier to sue these other people because they're domiciled in America. They're in places where it's easy to do service of process. But there is this thing called the Hague Service Convention, and Argentina is a party to the Hague Service Convention, and you can absolutely serve
Is
people in Argentina.
Uruguay?
I don't know that Uruguay.
Banana's in Uruguay now.
You know
That's
this?
what he
You know this?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yes, I
well,
know this.
if he's in,
Yeah.
if he's in Uruguay, you know, I'm not sure. There might be some other process that Uruguay provides for out of country people. Has he even tried to look into that? I mean, if he has, and there is no feasible alternative.
I think the issue here is I can't remember if this is Argentina or Uruguay. One of them, Bad and Banana, like gloated about how like the penalties for defamation are capped at something like $100 total damages. So he's like, "Oh, go ahead and sue me, bitch. I'll give you this $100 right now."
Then that still doesn't help you, right? You have to sue the people who are responsible for the thing. And on the defamation case,
Yeah.
there could be a case depending on what the statement is at issue. And I think that we should analyze it when the argument is made. When the like that's the thing, right? Everyone brings up these other things like, oh, he's frustrated, he can't get to these people. Well, let's talk about maybe what he can do to get to those people, what kind of methods. But the mere lack of alternative doesn't by itself justify everything. And that's not like
No, I know.
Okay. So talk me out. Like you're saying you don't have a strong view on this case. Do you have any view on this case?
Well, no, what?
Do you have any view on this case?
Oh, on the case. I mean, like honestly, I could go either way on it, but like mostly I'm just tired of hearing about it. Like, it's kind of just been a thing that I've been sort of popcorn giving on. And I do feel bad for you because of the fact that people keep coming at you and the way that you've been misrepresented, especially by like people in DGG. I think that's kind of.
Oh yeah. I mean, here was the position. The position was that when
Mittens. Juice Stalker sounds like if Kermit swallowed Miss Piggy whole and got stuck there. You mean if Miss Piggy swallowed Kermit whole, right? Like you got the two names right.
and I said at the start to Hutch, do you care about this fucking issue? That
I wonder how those editors find the time to do all that. Maybe I'm just slow. I don't know. Like if you like, because you still play video games, right? That's just what they do.
was bad faith. That when I clarified between possibility and plausibility, that was bad faith. When I asked, don't you have the burden to show that she neglected her chat and read it and chose not to moderate her, that was taken as bad faith. All these things that if it were done in a different context against a different target, people would celebrate like, oh my god, fucking own it. Like, and then the ascribing of these audience captured, hopelessly audience captured by people who have no fucking clue what a principal bone is, have no idea how to maintain consistent positioning. And this includes a lot of the commentary class who have examined that video. And I encourage you to go through that video and try to see the examples of bad faith. It's so laughable and preposterous. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep speaking my mind. And if people disagree, the great thing is they're allowed to come into string disagreements and debate it and actually see where
You're not tired of talking about this already?
in a sense, I am, but I'm very debatable in another sense. And here's the thing: if people continue to question and undermine, fuck yeah,
Haven't we harassed you out of this yet? That's not actually what she's saying, but it's what I hear because I'm annoyed.
I'm going to talk about it. And they can come into basic things. People come into the disagreements channel. What ends up happening is they say things like, I don't really have strong views on it, or whatever. I don't really have strong views on what's happening. And the people with strong views don't come and don't talk about it. And so I'm looking for all the people with strong views on it. All people say that
He
I
saw
say
Miss
bad
Piggy. Okay.
That's not true. But Pisco just doesn't want to call these people liars. Okay. Every single person who has showed up to debate Pisco has extremely strong views on this, and then when they realize how thin they are, how insubstantial they are, how they don't have any reason to believe what they believe, and when they get blown the fuck out, they go, I didn't really think this is that big a deal anyway. Good one, loser.
When I say they have a perfect opportunity to come and have a conversation.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, does I don't know. Did Kafka have strong views on it?
No, right? He said it
Does.
was morally neutral. That because of apathy, he doesn't support it, and that because he doesn't think it's in Ethan's benefit, he wouldn't advise it. That doesn't sound like a strong view, right? In terms of the moral implications.
yeah.
Oh, that is a correct summary of his views. And how is that?
He's also an attorney too, so I'm sure he probably has more information on this than like I do. Like you and he are probably on a similar level, I'm assuming, when it comes to knowlge about copyright and shit like that.
But the thing is, the copyright issue isn't disputed. It's strong cases. What's disputed is my reason for talking about this at all, as though that makes any sense whatsoever, given the parties involved and what people want to criticize, namely the ethics of any given situation, including and especially lawsuits. I'm actually going to say a step stronger every time, right? Not only do people sometimes consider the ethical justification of lawsuits, they often do. And not just criminal cases, also civil cases. Both sets of cases. People will...
Wait, who's been talking about the morality of a civil case recently? I forget. People have been talking... I don't think people do with civil cases very often. Certainly not a bunch of the people who hop on Pisco's stream to discuss it, right? I don't think. Yeah, I
judge.
I mean, Kafka said that he didn't even want to talk about it originally. personally, right?
So
the ethics behind them.
I've
And
never
I'm
heard
tired
of
of
that.
actually pussyfooting around. I'm actually now going to be more aggressive in taking these people on and challenging, their views about it. Now listen, you don't have strong views about them. You're saying basically you could be convinced one way or the other, right?
It's been months and nobody can explain Pisco's point on this. Well, because Pisco can't even explain his own point because he's so bad at communicating.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. The thing is that if someone makes a good argument, like I don't know, I probably have to think a bunch about this. Mainly, like I said, the main thing that I care about, and it's not even necessarily related to the lawsuit. It has more.
Kafka last night on Foodshops called Pisco bad faith and captured by his audience as well. Said roughly people said mean things about me in chat and he doesn't ban them. His community is out of control. Give me a timestamp right now. Give me a timestamp because we will go watch that. I will laugh about it.
Oh no.
Give me a timestamp right now. Give me a timestamp.
With the harassment.
Why did he make that
and, like, the reasons
noise?
behind it.
What the
And yeah,
horrible.
we said all that stuff about how we knew that the left was going to be unhinged on this, but I mean, it's probably I don't know the extent or how much you knew about Israel Palestine before October 7th or whatever. Like I knew a little bit about it, and like I've since learned way more since October 7th. But I feel like I don't think it felt like everybody was taken by surprise
I feel like Pisco knew a little bit about Israel Palestine before October 7th.
by the way that the left reacted to October 7th and the amount of like the number.
I feel like if you knew nothing about Israel Palestine before October 7th and you had like an extreme reaction to October 7th, that's like a bit weird to me. Like in terms of what should be done afterwards with no understanding of the conflict up until that point.
They see the
that'd be weird if you
awesome
came in like,
editing,
this is what has to
or-
happen. Maybe seeing the gore porn that was produced from it, like the disgusting terrorist attacks and the outcomes, like maybe that. Dude, I love having an argument with somebody where they're like, actually, there's no proof that the Palestinians are like maliciously trying to kill civilians. And then I pull up a video of a guy walking along with an AK-47 firing bullets into every civilian porta potty at the rave or whatever, that desert rave. It's like, yeah, they're definitely not trying to kill civilians at all. There's definitely no proof of that. Why are they firing rounds into all these porta potties again? Worried about one of these has like an IDF spy in it, or I don't know.
Number of people who were cheering it on, and
Like
like
crazy shit
it was the
going
same
on
thing
for
with
October
when Russia
7th.
invaded
Goddamn.
Ukraine. There was also a surprise by how people on the left reacted to that, and how like they either justified it or they were indifferent to it, or they didn't think that America should support Ukraine, or like all these sorts of things. Like this sort of exposure to that was something that I think kind of it took a lot of people were surprised by that. I remember LonerBox mentioning that he was surprised when he saw that leftist reaction to Russia and Ukraine, and like it wasn't just because it was a small number of
Like
people.
I was
because it
editing a
so ubiquitous
podcast.
across, like,
Jesus
so
I'm
many
not
apps,
surprised
like,
at all. Well, first of all, I think there's this like lack of support for Ukraine among a certain segment of either the tanky left or the very hard left, but that is totally consistent with the left's myopic and here when
Oh, I'll check this out, Raul. I'm gonna check out these other timestamps.
the left and the hard left, and I think it's a totally stupid view of international politics related
Foreign
simply
policy,
to imperialism and mainly through the lens of imperial aggression and colonialism, which I think is a limiting way to see these conflicts, and oftentimes a reliance.
Ooh, I'm not gonna watch that far. Is this the same call-in where they talk about Dan? We keep watching from here. Give me a second.
About Dan or with Dan? I've never talked to Dan.
Wait, what? No, not this one.
On America bad foreign policy, and this is
Yes.
not at all new. It's not at all new in the context.
Okay, fine. I'll just watch it. Give me a second. This is Kafka talking about Pisco.
And his YouTube, because I don't want to have the conversation, but I was going to stick around. I was going to talk about this, where like the Discord and his YouTube chat and like these other communities around him that are his communities are all incredibly unregulated. And he kind of uses this like free speech perspective to say like, oh, I don't want to tamper free speech, whatever, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, well, but these communities are yours. They have your name on it. You have like, you should take responsibility for them and you should care about what's going on in them. And if you did, you could make really good communities. And it's funny because like he had a really good Discord and it started getting really bad. So all the good people.
Well, absolute free speech.
Wait, all the good people from his Discord left and made their own. What? Where did that happen? Wait, where did that happen? Also, what part of Pisco's Discord was like unhinged or crazy? His mods like banned people who were going crazy in his Discord. People got banned from his Discord really fast. I don't know what we're talking about here, where it's like, oh, you don't moderate your Discord. No, but the mods moderate the Discord.
Is no free speech, right? Like if you let any bad actors enter your Discord server and like manipulate the community and manipulate the culture, then at the end of the day, other people who join in, who are looking for a chill community to hang out in, will not stay there because it's already been manipulated by whoever comes first, right? So or whoever
These people are such victims all the fucking time, man.
you don't care about. So but you're not. At the end of the day, this absolute free speech notion is fundamentally very naive when it comes
Well, it's
to a
naive,
content
but
creator
also
perspective.
it's also him not really seeing what his role is. Like he's a full-time streamer. He wants to do this thing. Okay, he needs to start taking responsibility and think about the intent that he has when he's building these communities, and he's choosing not to do that, which leaves the door open for these bad faith actors to come in to do these things that then now raise all these questions in people's mind, and then he's silent about a lot of that.
Dude, yeah, this is, I think even capitulating on the Discord thing is cocked now. These people are just gonna lie and say this shit about you. By the way, this is one day ago. Pisco had banned this drama from his Discord before this. This is just all lies. You literally can't negotiate with these people because they're actual fucking terrorists. They are actual fucking terrorists who are just like, well, I'm gonna go start a split.
What like what is even Jstlk even talking about? If you look at Pisco's chat today, whenever I look at Pisco's chat, it's like one of the most unhinged chats in this entire space, bar none. Okay, where like if you look at Hutch's chat, if you look at any other member of Live and Learn, okay, and you look at their chats, none of them are even close to as unhinged as anything Pisco's chat puts out there. All right. Not only do I see active anti-fans, but I also see active like Hassan propaganda in Pisco's like fucking chat. Okay, it is a fucking cesspool in that fucking chat. All right. Are you actually going to tell me that his Discord server is way more different than that chat? I'm not personally in that server because I've been banned, but you're really going to tell me that it's just way more different than that chat? Or maybe you don't think the chat is that bad, so therefore the server isn't that bad? Or maybe you don't think it's that bad because everyone in there agrees with you, right?
Discord, if you don't fix it, if you make it so that other people can talk about their opinions, that's not wrong. This is so fucked. I'm gonna go make a different Discord. It's gonna be better. Okay, dude.
Stuff. And whenever he's confronted about a lot of stuff, he makes excuses for that behavior. And it's funny because then you go and you look at how he looks at.
What did any of these people say? He didn't make excuses. He said, what's the ought? What's the ought? What ought I do? What do I have to do? Give me the ought. Give me the recommendation. Ban it.
Yeah, but Kafka did give a recommendation, technically speaking, right? He said to just ban them all. Is that really such a bad idea to get rid of people who browse Kiwi Farms and like A-Log's Destiny all day? Do you really want these people to represent your community?
Everybody who doesn't like Destiny is the recommendation from these people. That's the recommendation.
Not don't like, is active anti-fan, unhinged anti-fans.
This is what it all comes down to in the end. Just ban anybody who doesn't like Destiny. You have to like Destiny here. That's better.
Good one.
Very interesting question, Dung Devil. He's saying they left and made their own. How does he know? Is he in the new Discord? Is the new Discord an actual splinter free from Pisco's tyranny, or just an organized DGG brigading hub? Be interested to know. What's up, Nacho Mama? How's it going?
Denims, and he's like, oh, well, Denims might not have seen that stuff in her chat. Denims can't control her community. Denims can't do these things about her community. And it's like, oh, you seem like a person that does not really believe that these content creators have a responsibility towards their communities. When I personally, at least, and I think a lot of other people say, no, actually, you do have some level of responsibility for the people that are around you, because those people are within your community and you have the ability to keep them in or kick them out. And
what's DGG's responsibility for Fancy Sloth and his sexual harassment, perpetual sexual harassment? Is there like culpability there? This argument has just never applied in DGG chat, so I'm very interested to hear
Don't know who they
what
are.
it will end up being, right?
Could be.
Dude.
And you know, it's not my first time, and I don't shy away from criticizing DGG when they need criticism, okay? Like, just FYI, all right? But, okay.
I think it's incumbent on you if you want to talk to these
time and
people,
time
to know the
again they're
examples.
unhinged.
Like, just to resist the totally disingenuous DGG pressure, you should know examples of some of the things they accuse you of, that they engage in, and you should say, clearly this is worse. Obviously this is worse. If you want me to entertain this conversation with you, have the same opinion, say that whoever allows this thing to happen is obviously like a disgusting person who you can't conscience. Conscience? I think it's conscience. Yeah, right? When people come to me and say, hey, this cyber guy is like evil, as I've heard that Destiny did on Twitter just recently, and I'm gonna go, I'll have that conversation with you if you want to ban Darius from all of your communities. Darius, the guy who showed up the address you doxed somebody at, who fight them, ostensibly to fight them. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's worse harassment than anything Cyber did. Sorry, that's facts. That's just facts. So if you want to performatively virtue signal, live up to the principle you're trying to lay out, or shut the fuck up. So here it is for Destiny. If you ban Darius from all of your communities, I'll think you're operating in good faith. I'll ban Saiba from mine. Super easy.
Wait, what did you say that Darius did? Hold on, real quick.
And you should say, clearly this is worse. Fancy Sloth and his sexual harassment, perpetual sexual harassment. Is there like culpability there? This argument has just never applied in DGG chat, so I'm very interested to hear what it will end up being, right? Dude, I think it's incumbent on you if you want to talk to these people to know the examples. Like, just to resist the totally disingenuous DGG pressure, you should know examples of some of the things they accuse you of, that they engage in, and you should say, clearly this is worse. Obviously this is worse. If you want me to entertain this conversation with you, have the same opinion, say that whoever allows this thing to happen is obviously like a disgusting person who you can't conscience. Conscience? I think it's conscience. Yeah, right? When people come to me and say, hey, this cyber guy is like evil, as I've heard that Destiny did on Twitter just recently, and I'm gonna go, I'll have that conversation with you if you want to ban Darius from all of your communities. Darius, the guy who showed up the address you doxed somebody at, who fight them, ostensibly to fight them. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's worse harassment than anything Cyber did. Sorry.
To fight them? He's not talking about Lauren Delaguna, right? He's talking about somebody else? Because I don't think Darius was going like, okay, well, I want to fight you, Lauren. Who is he talking about?
That's facts. That's just facts. So if you want to performatively virtue signal, live up to the principle you're trying to lay out, or shut the fuck up. So here it is for Destiny. If you ban Darius from all
Ryle's
your communities,
house?
I'll think you're operating in good faith. I'll ban Saiba from mine.
Okay, so the stalker gets stalked. Cool. Tit for tat.
Super easy. There it is. Ban is in bed, ban him from your chat, ban him from your Discord, and we're all good. I'll ban Saiba immediately. Good luck.
like him saying, well, she might have seen it in her chat. It's like, well, does she have mods? Because if she has mods, those mods would have seen it, and those mods didn't do anything about it. It's because she didn't tell them to make sure that kind of stuff wasn't in her chat. So yeah, she does. Even if she didn't see it, if she had moderation, that means that she is still responsible because those people are working at her directive, and those people didn't do anything about it. But let's say she doesn't have any mods. That means that she's being incredibly irresponsible because now she's just on the internet saying shit, not worried about what harm it could do, not worried about moderation. That's irresponsible. That's an unethical thing to do, in my opinion. So like, no matter how.
Yeah, but he's saying he said repeatedly it's an unethical thing to do, but that's a far cry from calling CPS you. These people, it's like an intractable problem. It's totally intractable. There's just no solving it. There's literally no solving it, right? Like he's gonna sit here and go and just lie about Pisco's position. I just can't, man.
How he comes to it.
I don't know that lore. Yeah, basically Destiny doxed Ryle, the ex-editor of the YouTube channel. And then Darius went to the address that Destiny doxed, saying he wanted to fight him. And he got there, and I don't believe Ryle's at that address anymore. But he tried to go to that address, not knowing whether or not Ryle was there, to fight him and try to just cause trouble. A guy who has been arrested for assaulting people on stream went to do this, right?
It's like, no, this was unethical for her to do it that way.
God.
And he turns around.
That's actual, like, Destiny sets it up with the doxing, and Darius tries to go to their house, saying he wants to fight them, knocks on the door and asks for Ryle.
Did he stream this? That sounds crazy.
No, Dung Devil, it's not a concession of anything. It's literally, trust me, it's not. Darius is a menace to society, and Cyber is a concerned citizen. I do believe in the Rose case, Cyber is a concerned citizen. Yes. Yep. Ryle used to edit for Destiny. No, he used to edit for my channel. Although I think Ryle also used to run like a clipping thing for Destiny as well. So
it has its own communities where, like, in my opinion, his moderation and his, intent around it is flawed, such that it allows for these kind of bad actors. I mean, you look at the way people were talking about me in his chat, very rude, very disrespectful. They didn't get banned. You did look at the way that.
Have you thought about that possibly just being because of your ideas, Kafka? Possibly like the arguments you were making. Have you thought about this? Also, clearly, we wouldn't want to be in a chat where people in the chat say rude things about the stream guest and don't get banned, right? We wouldn't want to do that. Could you
What
imagine?
the
being
fuck? Are you
crazy?
actually
I think you should leave
serious
any community
in
that
the
happens,
game?
Kafka. I'm pretty sure you'll do it, right, Kafka? You'll leave any community where they say mean things about the stream guest, and they don't ban them. Right? For sure. Maybe Toxo. Maybe.
I feel like
It
I've
just
been
depends.
violated.
I think you basically have to. Like, I want to rule against it.
Yeah,
Like, I wanna rule-
DMCA
I don't want
raiders.
people reaching out to anyone who's involved in the content because I basically don't want to ever risk having one of you retards reach out and then other people trying to hold me responsible for your behavior, even though you're an independent actor, right? I don't like that. I don't want that. So as a rule, from now on, 100%. It like already would have been a rule before, but I think there's kind of like there's an exception here for the fact that there is actually like it's basically what I see as harm reduction. But I basically am just as a rule just gonna ban anybody who reaches out in a similar fashion, right? Not even similar to Rose, but just like basically ever, because I don't want people holding me responsible for it.
Is Saba banned?
If you want to do that, do it somewhere else.
Saba's
Fuck
banned,
off from
right?
here.
Just to
go.
be clear about
Boy
that.
told me Jstlk was a good dude and Rao's vids are what convinced me to join Kick to watch the lives. Let's go. Nice. Hell more people. Hell more people. Darius is a wussy that loves Destiny because they
I'm
both
not
love
to cut
Italy women.
this.
And because Darius wishes he was Destiny. Yeah, this is like 2023 analysis, but yes. They'll hold you responsible anyway. Probably. They were already doing that. They were already doing that anyway. Yes. Still can't see any. By the way, the original reason for the doxing campaign is that people around me were doxing and harassing people around Destiny. Still zero evidence of that, okay? Still zero. Let alone evidence that I could action on. Let alone evidence that, like, even ties somebody in my community to somewhere where they do allow doxing. I've seen none of this. Still nothing. And by the way, they've started breaking down the actual allegation into, like, well, I heard that, like, I heard this Ryle guy, like, sort of.
Bro, people on Kiwi Farms are literally trying to communicate directly with Jstlk, okay? They said that they watch Jstlk because he is the only one that is covering this at this point. And they said that because Kuihman has stopped covering this, they no longer watch Kuihman. All right? So just to be very clear, okay? They're literally communicating directly with him from Kiwi Farms. And I don't think it's just them being schizo because they know that whatever they say on Kiwi Farms gets transmitted to Jstlk, right? Either directly or via Ryle Kitten House or some other person who tells Jstlk that he's being talked about on Kiwi Farms, right? Just to be very clear here.
Menace some dude in a Discord while he was drunk? That seems
They're
pretty bad.
literally communicating,
Okay,
like
that's not what
schizo
you're talking about.
communicating with
That
him.
was like internal community beef. That was solved. People apologized and it was solved and we moved on.
Like, sure, you're saying that it's not happening in your server, and I understand that you do that, okay? But that's a very convenient cover. That's a very convenient excuse to abdicate yourself of these associations when you get to have like these more indirect or even just straight up direct, to be honest, right? Because they're literally trying to communicate with him. So it's like, yeah. And they admit that they watch you. You're not telling them to get the fuck out. You're not disavowing their behavior. You're just like propping up all of their talking points that they have said. And you're just like copy and pasting their talking points as well. Have your voice, hold on to the opinion. I don't care. But if the judge doesn't agree, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. True. Yeah. No, don't you know that Jstlk has passed the bar? Don't you know that Jstlk has a law degree? It's become one of these so-called YouTube lawyers, okay? Or not, or kick lawyer, all right? He's the first ever of his kind. A kick lawyer. Holy shit. That's so paced. Wow.
Hey. It's just going to soften until it's something that I do actually fail, right? Slowly over time. Like the allegation will just keep softening and softening and softening and softening. Will you harbor Mrao in your Discord, who's a known doxing false accuser? No, I believe Mrao does have a video of Zip fucking a 14-year-old girl. I think that's true, actually.
Okay.
And I just like Zip to show me any evidence that it's not true. For anybody who can't tell, that was a joke. That was a joke. That wasn't serious. That was a joke. The Mrao has CP. He does, but he's a white hat pedophile like Destiny. Just in case the cops ever want to investigate Zip, he's holding on to it, okay?
Jesus.
Got really defensive about that. Wait, who got really defensive about that? Oh, I'll go through some of those clips of Destiny another time. There's some stuff here from Pisco stream we're gonna go over, but I know there are some clips of Destiny that are out there that are really, really goofy. Mrao had sexted a 17-year-old though. Yep. Wait, sexted? No. I don't think he sexted the 17-year-old. He was flirting with the 17-year-old. He probably had sexual intent, but I don't think they were literally sexting. He leaked those DMs to me a long time ago.
But it wasn't
But he's a
knowingly,
youngin'.
right?
He's not a 30.
Like, to be fair, in that
30-year-old.
situation.
I think he was 20, 21, which like is pushing it, but certainly not evil. Okay. Force a 17-year-old to engage in race play. I don't think that's true. Is the Parapon person a 17-year-old? I thought they were 18 when they did it. Yeah, I thought they were older. I think the argument there was that they're brain damaged. No?
What?
I mean, yes, it happened on Discord. Apparently. Concussed. How severe was the concussion? You forget about the part where he made her write the hard R on her tits. That wasn't the 17-year-old, retard. That was the fully adult 18-year-old. I believe so. Made her over the internet. He did it. Is this done?
The people in we're talking
Okay.
about Hobbit Follower or Zip or even Destiny, whenever they talk to them, they're all incredibly disrespectful
Jstlk
towards
does
those guys,
not
say
sound
really horrible
sane.
things about them,
Okay, gonna
and
be real.
Okay, well, you know what? I think it's horrible when Zip won't give the shoes back, okay? I think that's horrible of him. I think that's terrible.
What is he on
I think that's
about
truly
right now?
terrible. When Zip won't give the shoes back,
He's actually losing it,
People
unironically.
doesn't do anything about them, things like that. And it's all like, well, this is free speech. And it's like, okay, well, like if someone came in and they started talking about, a bunch of very sexual things towards Straight Raven, whenever she's on your stream, would you do something about it then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do it if, like you can create scenarios where it's like you do see that moderation is appropriate.
Wait, don't people bitch about straight rate all the time? I do think saying just like sexually degrading things should be getting banned for anybody. People are to come in and joke about like Destiny's penis, which is very bad, by the way. Don't do that. I would assume Pisco's mods would delete that, right? I assume so.
In these other ways, yet whenever it comes to insulting the people that you're debating, for some reason we don't care.
Yeah,
And
double
that's-
standards, right? Yeah.
Well, and it's also just like he's just abdicating responsibility and pretending like, oh, this is free speech, and like again, that's like part of the whole like when I go on into your community or I go on your stream or I go on
Oh,
Destiny's
my
stream,
community. Yeah, you love my community, dude. That's cute.
I don't get disrespected. I feel like people are very respectful and they're very nice to me, and not like they're all like glazing me, but just like I don't have people like calling me a fake lawyer.
Well, they highly respect you. Yeah, they highly respect you. Yeah, but they don't glaze you to the point where it becomes weird, right? If that makes sense.
I think there might be like some higher level of respect in there, but there's a basic level of respect where they're just like, oh, this is like another person, and I'm not gonna like just be outwardly just like vicious to this person for no reason. And it's like I don't think that's too much to
no
ask for,
security
because if I had a
locker.
community
Wait,
and Pisco came in and people were like, even in like the current scenario, like the current state of things, if I had a community and Pisco came over to talk to me and people were talking crazy shit about him in my chat while we were talking, I would specifically ban those people and be like, do not do that. I'm not interested in that kind of environment. And I'm okay if like I'm not saying like you and people can't talk shit about him if you don't want to. I'm just saying like when it's in your community and you're bringing someone in to have a conversation, it's really fucking weird to then like look down and see people like cussing you out. It's like
cussing out, being weird.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck am I doing here, right? Like why am I spending time in this environment? This isn't good for me. So right, I have had the talk. I do need to go. I spent longer than I thought.
Oh, I want to talk to you about Pisco's double standards and analyzing denims and Ethan Klein and mind reading them differently. Like, oh, he can't mind read denims, but then he can mind read Ethan Klein. I want to talk about that, but it's okay. You already know about that. But like, sorry. That's it.
I was going to be taking a break until the end of the year, but I made an exception to come on and talk to you now. But after this,
oh my God, Kafka, I love you.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to be off.
Wow, just a thank you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't let me
offline for the. Well, we'll see. You know.
What the fuck? Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, all right.
If I win, of course. If I don't win, then I'm going to be purely spite based, and everyone is dead.
What? Okay, all right. Well, like, what do you want me to do? Give you all my votes? Like, I'm gonna.
Jesus, man, feel lucky I didn't say anything more there. The voice crack could have been very bad. Oh, okay. I think it's really easy to understand Ethan's intent because Ethan has described his intent as something that can't be possible, right? He's described like conflicting. He's used conflicting reasoning to describe his own intent, right? And like he's laid out his intent. Denims has said the opposite. What you're asking is like, how do you know to go against somebody's like reasoning or what they've said was in their mind at the time? And it's like, well, if they've openly contradicted themselves multiple times, or I guess they're like, well, I think Denims is a lying bitch, so she lied. Okay, okay, all right. Anyway, that was cool. I guess. Sorry, we're back to the Pisco thing for just a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to skip other timestamps to get the other
Eastern European politics, where these people have been around for decades, and specifically on Israel-Palestine. I mean, the criticism of liberal Zionists is this is as old as the conflict in many respects. And so yeah, this is not like October 7th absolutely intensified, brought to the forefront in a way that we haven't seen before, even the development of technology. And I do put these kinds of delusioned views on the extent of culpability by liberal Zionists on the nature of the conflict. I view that as in keeping with a larger pattern of delusion on the issue, and I think misplaced aggression. Basically, that anyone who signs onto the project, the Zionist project, by which I don't consider myself in any respect a Zionist. I don't think the liberal Zionists are the problem the way that a lot of these lefties do. But that's just like not new. This has often been.
I had a discussion with somebody who's not a huge fan of mine the other day, and this was one thing they brought up was like, I think it's a sign of like of a Kiwi Farms association that you like make fun of Destiny's penis. And I'm like, wait. Do you think Kiwi Farms is the source of my knowledge of Destiny's penis being disgusting? Because it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. I wish I didn't have that knowledge. I wish Lav had never spoken up about it, okay? Because despite what many people have done, I've not seen it, all right? But she's described it, and that's where I got the description from. Like, that's...
Yeah, but how do these things propagate, right? Like, it's not like... if one person was screaming out into the void about, like, the universe's greatest secret, right? Then it's going to still be the universe's greatest secret, right? Until it gets propagated by a larger platform, right? Kiwi Farms is that larger platform. Everybody knows about it. Everyone's gonna check Destiny's thread. They're gonna see it, right? We're not talking about like you, maybe you specifically, but if a lot of people make the same types of jokes, if a lot of people make the same types of comments or the same types of arguments, then yeah, it's gonna look a little suspicious. More than a little suspicious, right? Because once you see it again and again, then you can start to form a connection, right? That's my point.
Literally the place it came from. Like, how do you blame that on Kiwi Farms? It's like on my stream where she talked about it. What the fuck?
A way by which liberals in America have been ostracized and pushed out.
In the conversation, well, this person was trying to justify why doxing me is okay, because they were trying to argue that basically me calling Mutin an F slur for him endorsing doxing me was bad. And I'm like, okay, well, you have to have more hate for that. And they're like, well, it depends on if you guys are doxing people. It's like you guys shouldn't be doxing people. And I'm like, well, we're not.
Otherwise, lefty communities.
Goofy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you just said something about Zionism that I kind of want to move.
It's like such an unreasonable standard that gets presented. It's like so disingenuous. Many people suffered from this. Bosch and Lav won completely. It's so insane. Bosch mostly. I feel like Lav got harassed like to the point of losing her shit. Bosch won because he walked away, isolated his community, and then basically just explained these positions forever with like one sentence. Just like total critical hit, one hit kill. Okay. Every one of this guy's positions are spite based, and he just like solved him instantly with one line. Fucking nuts.
I'm gonna ask you another question because I'm curious because I think that it was.
Ellison came back. Who's Pisco talking to now? Same person. I don't think there's gonna be anything else great here unless I'm misunderstanding. I had to take care of something in DMs as well, but I did that, so now I'm getting ready to move on to Pisco talk.
Yeah, but Vosh can't stay isolated forever. I think Vosh is comfortable where he is. Like, he's always just been comfortable. Maybe he's like doing some other hobby in life right now, and he just views this as a kind of job to just maintain himself and earn money from or something, right? But if he really wants to advance his career, I think he should start reaching out again. I don't think he has any other choice outside of he has to reach out again. He has to reach out again. He has to do it. Okay, otherwise he's not gonna have much of a career. He needs to start reaching out and having conversations on different platforms and shit.
Talk some shit. Pisco's talking shit. Mad shit. I think this part.
I think in the
So
academy,
this is like a full hour later.
to me, in these circles, we call it a microaggression, and I would say that that's discrimination.
Yeah, and like I mean, there's other like sus shit that he has said too that like I would have to like honestly like I feel
Microaggression.
like Dan is the one who knows like a lot about this. But the
Yeah, have him.
component with
Hey,
regards
hey.
to-
So have Dan come on and tell me all the horrible shit about Hassan, and in the meantime, we can talk about the Ethan Klein thing.
Bosch survives on his own. He could do literally nothing for the entire fucking stream, okay? And he could be making fucking gigabank. It's crazy up in this.
You think he's gonna do that?
he's not gonna want to do that. He's not
No.
gonna want to talk about.
Can you tell me why you think you won't talk about it?
Listen, Dan, if
It's
you're
already
listening to this,
opened.
okay, I think you're very
Fuck me.
entertaining.
Listen, Dan, you're not very. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to hurt Dan's feelings. Okay. I've been talking to a random person recently. I shouldn't even do that. Literally me just going like, hey, I talked to Dan. That like fucks with his shit so badly. It's so funny that I just start throwing it in whenever I can. So I was talking to Dan the other day. Dan came around my Discord the other day. Had some things to say. Just everybody in his community is like, I can't believe you're
Tell
doing
me.
this. You're talking to these people. Disgusting. That's not a responsibility I should be trusted with at all, okay? I can't be trusted with that power to just like fuck with Dan by saying I associate with him. That's not a power you can trust me with. That's fucked up that I was given it, all right? I don't want it like Jon Snow. I don't want it. Why'd you give me this?
You're like Jon Snow.
Sorry, where were we?
Number of people that
Watching, nope, old timestamp, bullshit.
Jon Snow maybe if he fucking swallowed like 50 hamburgers, okay? But Jesus Christ. Bro, you don't even need to defend the wall if you are the wall, okay?
Shit, bullshit, new
but
shit.
you're not a good debater, and I think that's probably why you don't want to talk to Pisco. I
mean,
think
like,
he knows that he's not a good
What
debater.
what kind of chicken shit is this? This motherfucker goes on stream, starts lying about me, saying I'm grifting about lefty audiences, doesn't have the balls, because he's a little bitch, to come on and actually have a conversation about these issues.
Oh shit. You just called Dan a little bitch. Oh shit.
He says I'm audience captured by Hassan Tanky. It's a total ridiculous, total smear, and he's too much of a bitch to actually have a conversation. It tells you all you need to know. These are all lies that are being perpetuated and have no bearing on what's actually in my mind.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Like, I mean, at least Destiny has the balls to come on and talk to you. So, whereas, yeah, no, I don't think that Dan.
Dude, Pisco should correct that as well. Pisco should say, Destiny has the balls to come on and talk to me, but not the balls to be honest when he's talking to me. He just comes on and lies. He's just full of shit.
Is necessarily a great
About
debater. I mean,
what?
maybe he'll do it if like Loner
Lied
would
about
moderate or
what?
something.
I heard that he was willing to
Or
do it
even
if Destiny would moderate, and I said,
Yeah.
accept it.
Okay, yeah, well, maybe. I mean, if I manage to get onto Steven's stream or whatever, then maybe I'll bring that. Or if the next time Dan is on Loner's stream, maybe I'll
Do
say
it.
something about it to him. I don't know. Yeah,
Do it
I
because
will.
I find it funny that he actually has a closer connection to the Jstlk community than I ever did. Isn't that right?
I mean,
Pisco, can you not engage in this? Can you fucking not? Can you not do this?
Oh, yeah, we have to maintain plausible deniability. Oh, yes, plausible deniability. Ooh.
You're close to Jstlk. No, you're not. You're suspected of associations with the Jstlk community. How do you answer these accusations? How
Associated
do you
with,
answer these accusations?
I heard you're hiding
kind of,
enemies
yeah.
of the state.
Oh,
Yes,
actually,
he
no.
was-
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
friends.
at least, yeah, he was. He used to go on there.
Okay.
Jstlk goes on Wix and talks hard about disavowing Saba and now defends him. Dude, Jstlk lost all of his tooth. Okay, he lost all of his teeth. All right, when he was debating Zip Zip. Okay, he was very, very conciliatory. And he was very soft, okay? A fucking plushy yoga ball, all right? He's like a very big fucking plushy teddy bear when he was debating Zip Zip, all right? But he talks mad shit on his own stream. Ironic. Coward.
Pisco, why is this nigga acting like he wasn't friends? Why is he acting like we didn't get along at all? This is such bullshit. You know, Rob Norris still thinks I was like totally on your side in a debate you had with him. This is such bullshit.
Because I remember that community a long time ago, like before all the shit
And-
happened.
and
I used to
remind
watch
me,
those streams sometimes.
Did Destiny joke and say that he hopes that CPS gets called on Ethan Klein?
Wait, did Destiny?
By the way, this community literally just shifted like the primary target of laughing at from Hassan to Destiny, and otherwise it is essentially the exact same, like wall to wall the whole time in terms of content focus. And all these people are like, this stream really changed. There's kind of like, I would say maybe just a lack of a co-host, but otherwise it's just a target shift to Destiny instead of Hassan. In terms of, by the way, never ever filling up like 80% of the content or anything. It's like 40% of the content at most in like a given week, and most weeks it's like 20% at tops. So I don't know, like people are acting like it's just crazy. I easily in the past like 3 months have covered Nick Fuentes like twice as much as I've covered anyone else, like the right wing Civil War. So I don't know, it's just bizarre. All these people are like, this totally changed. It's way different than before. No, it's not. Except other people coming on. The content focus is the same. We just have other people coming on before.
No.
I recall seeing a tweet where he said
Or
that.
maybe he did.
So
I don't
is he-
remember.
Prior to the Jstlk flop, yes. This guy hated me from the this guy was a big tomfoolery fan. He's hated me forever. Why is he like, oh, I like Jstlk until he turned on Destiny? He fucking hated me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
is he,
because he was
fan.
is he,
yeah,
is he
that-
culpable? So under
Oh, it is the come tribute guy.
the
it
standard,
is.
you would agree, under that standard, he's culpable for the harassment of Ethan Klein?
Is Destiny culpable?
Yep.
Any
Any of these standards applied to any of these people? It's so insane that we think that these are the standards.
Oh, Pisco been watching the content. Hammer this fucking point. Thank you, Pisco. Continue to hammer this point that these people are totally disingenuous. They're totally fake. They don't care about this. If they cared about it at all, they wouldn't even know who we are because they wouldn't be watching Destiny, okay? If they gave a fuck about any of the things they profess to care about, they wouldn't even know who we are because they would never been watching Destiny the first.
Then maybe Pisco shouldn't deny his connection with the Jstlk. Maybe he shouldn't deny his connection with the Antifans. Oh, it's not me. It's just, you know, I just don't want to moderate my free speech in my community, right? Why even pretend? Well, like, why even pretend that you're separate from these people, right? If you're parroting like similar talking points, or you're just like flagrantly like adopting the language that they're using as well, like you're this much of a fucking anti-fan skinwalker, wannabe anti-fan at this point, why not just embrace it? Okay, are you just worried that embracing the anti-fan aesthetic will lower your credibility in the space? Don't worry, okay? Your credibility is already at a near zero for me, okay? It literally cannot go any lower unless, in fact, it may even go higher, because at least you're being honest, all right? But you have no credibility. You're nothing, okay? You're not honest with us.
First place to eventually trickle out into other communities surrounding him. Would it never happen?
It's like this, you want to talk about the double standard in the context of anti-Semitism. Anti-Piscoism is all built on double standards. It's insane. But the thing is, when you have truth on your side, and you have facts and logic on your side, you can walk out with a pure heart and say, debate it.
Okay,
anytime,
Pisco.
any place,
Yeah.
get a moderator. Bring the information. If you want to go step by step
Pisco.
on all the videos, spend 8 hours on it, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Okay. As far as the rest of the anti-Semitism goes, sorry, the other part of it, because like there's a bunch of different factors that go into like left-wing anti-Semitism doesn't look like right-wing anti-Semitism, and I think that's probably why people are very often like they're kind of taken aback by the notion of it, because right-wing anti-Semitism is very easy to identify, and usually when people think of anti-Semitism, they think of Nick Fuentes, they think of Jews control the world, they think of like Nazi Germany and that kind of anti-Semitism.
I was the one that said this point. Does anybody else say this point? Because I described it as Eastern and Western anti-Semitism, right? Remember, guys? I don't think I recall anybody else describing it like that, but
I mean, yeah, left-wing anti-Semitism does involve Israel.
I'm concerned. Yeah, I want to say I'm very concerned about left-wing anti-Semitism. I think it's growing. I think that there are multiple instances of left-wing anti-Semitic violence that have occurred in the U.S. I think that it's been a bipartisan consensus that it's a problem. I agree it's a problem. I'm alarmed by it. I'm alarmed at some of these anti-Semitic tropes, like the Zog memes. I think.
Okay.
That,
So do you think that what Elias Rodriguez did when he went to that museum and shot those 2 embassy workers, do you think that was?
I'm also very alarmed at how funny these anti-Semitic memes are, okay? I'm also alarmed at how funny the Zog memes are, okay? It's my bad. I'm very alarmed by this.
Anti-Semitism?
I'm alarmed by how humorous I find them, okay?
Don't think that was anti-Semitism.
I definitely think that's anti-Semitic.
Okay, yeah, I figured that you would, because he didn't, like, he went to a Jewish museum and he basically killed, like, he didn't know those people worked at the Israel embassy.
So understand, like, I'm an intention.
Wait, did they figure that out? Is that figured out? Did he mag dump those people? I think there's a legitimate argument that he did know. Wait, did know? Yeah, that he did know. He was like gang stalking that whole realm. Dude, I think you got to look into this one. I don't think there's ever been more information released.
Huck. I am going to judge someone's conduct and culpability and state of mind based on their intent. So we just had someone post like a video of the guy running over someone else, and I know it's because these always go like the guy. The people are going to post a bunch of stuff about his past and shit. The only thing that matters is what the person knew at the time, and that's what's going to. The same thing, by the way, in terms of how I assess the plan to make the trap for the lawsuits. Now you can come up with this like bullshit that he changed his mind on the trap after he said it, and so it was informed by new things. And sure,
okay, I do this too. I don't know if this is ever going to be good in a given conversation, even though this is probably her position. I think there's Pisco's like 99% accurate with this, but people hate it when you say something's their position. They haven't said it.
Sure, it might have been informed by new things.
Whatever.
You have to assess the moral culpability at different stages, but you need to work with what was apparent at the time, the actions took place to assess intent. Otherwise, you're fucking with the narrative time, the way that is.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, basically, like the double standard aspect of it isn't also just like you overfocus on Israel. It's also that you feel the need to like, even if you believe it, but like somebody somewhere down the line must like know that I don't even know like what kind of views this comes from, but there's this weird tendency to basically exaggerate everything that Israel does to the point where, like, I mean, you probably heard back when the Gaza wars first started, people were talking about how Gaza was on the brink of famine and how like Israel was starving people. I imagine like we've heard that for like 2 years, and then Israel actually did start starving people when like after Trump got elected, and they cut off all aid for like 3 months.
He did know. He hung around the event and found out that they worked at the embassy. How does the Snap and Crackle guy I've seen in my chat before? How does he know that?
And like they're actually, and then like actual organizations started reporting on famine. But prior to that, you could see that there were definitely like lots of like there were enough like aid trucks going, and the issue was distribution. But people pinned it all on Israel, and like this weird exaggeration. Like even one could argue that like the claim that they were committing genocide, and there were people who were saying they were committing genocide on October 8th. Like I feel like that's kind of insane. It's like this weird thing where you overfocus specifically on Israel, and it kind of makes people in Israel go, why is it just us and not everybody else who's ever done bad shit that you're talking about, or like why are we being held to this insane high standard that you won't necessarily hold anybody else to? Like I've had conversations with people who get like I talked to like a progressive person the other day who said that like all of Israel's actions in Gaza are unacceptable because it's bad if a single civilian gets killed, or the pager attack was bad because like some civilians got killed, even though that was like a very sort of proportionate attack, but that wasn't acceptable to them.
Oh, I don't care if this person's Jewish. I don't think it makes a big difference
because like most of the people that were killed in that
lots of white Zionists out there. I don't know if you guys
were like Hezbollah operatives, and
yeah,
most of the people that were Hezbollah operatives.
I think certainly there's overlap between people who are against the state of Israel, and I would even say some significant overlap. I by which I mean more than 5%, that people who are anti-Semitic and are applying double standards that are justified in a differential treatment based on that. But
that I would say that that's the left-wing anti-Semitism aspect of it, and I feel like you.
But you have an obligation for any particular person. Before I'm willing to call them anti-Semitic, I need to see more than just they're part of the group of.
Okay, hold on, watch this thing.
Oh Lord. Okay, never mind. I don't think this person actually watches me. I think I've said before, like maybe trying to think about what to say. Oh, never mind. It's probably not important anyway.
Really quickly, and then we're gonna go.
Definitely being a bozo saying Doobie is buying you out or whatever.
Steven's definitely being a bozo saying Doobie is buying you out or whatever.
How about lying? How about lies and lying? That's how I would phrase it. Lying, straight up lies. I don't know why we have to.
It's like weird how he does that quite a lot, actually. It's weird how that's like something so many different people.
This Kalinda? Yeah, I know. No. People have already said
People are saying about this guy. It's weird that like we could disagree on so many things, and then we're just like, oh, this guy's like lying. He's just lying. Wow.
Like pussyfoot around it. Mary Box Day, Pisco.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it for the stream tonight. What do I got on the clock? We probably went 8 hours, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We went over 8 hours. All right, we're back. Big stream tonight. Lots of people around. Lots of people hanging out.
Okay. We're gonna cover more Jstlk.
So now I'm
tonight
gonna start talking to people
because right now he's doing a stream
criticize him
on...
for more wrongdoing to him.
Just like stay like right here.
He's posting the
Poo.
Apparently he's covering the talk between Counterpoints and Destiny. So we may take a look at that, but not after we cover a quick political video right before that, and not before I take a quick break, okay? So I'm gonna be right back. Maybe I'll heat up some food to eat, but yeah, Violet Moths. Pisco is on such thin ice with the libs lately. I'm hoping they're gonna kick him out fully soon. Like, he's so infuriating lately. I think even Hutch might get sick of it. Yeah, I wonder when Hutch stops being his boy. When does Hutch start being not a boy? I don't know. Become a man, I guess. I don't know. When will that happen? Hutch is my boy. Hutch is my boy. Hutch is my boyo. I like Linda, but she definitely would have held her, but she should have held her ground more. The issue with LonerBox, Hutch, other Libs fans is we are doormats. Well, because when you talk with a content creator, you're gonna be very submissive and bottom, you know? Even if you are, yeah, you're gonna be very scary. I understand. Because when you're speaking with a content creator, you're like, oh my god, did I actually hate this guy? Like last night when I was watching their content, holy fuck, I'm talking with them right now. Oh no, I don't want to get them mad. What if a content creator dislikes me? I want the content creator to like me, right? I've been viewing like this kind of content for years. I want this content creator to like me. What the fuck? Wait a second. Okay, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe I shouldn't be too aggro. This person is like talking to me. I shouldn't be raising the temperature too much. Nah, trust me, we're used to it, okay? And you know, content creators will not take you badly in any way whatsoever in the space for confronting them on something.
Is that true? I think he has recorded sexual encounters without consent. He's distributed them without consent to multiple people.
Oh, the typical talking points. Okay.
Recorded with consent other sexual encounters that he's distributed without those partners' consent. I think that number is at 4 publicly. I think at least 5. I think at least 5 given like private conversations I've had. But again, if those people never come out, you don't have to take that seriously. You can just say the 4 that are public, right? Stasia, Melina, Pxie, and Abby. So, but I don't think I like ever attributed more harm or more wrongdoing to him than he actually did.
Are able to like indefinitely justify like a continued, you know, real life harassment campaign. Yeah, that I think is a little bit unhinged. Yeah.
I don't think you should harass Destiny in real life. Lauren Delaguna saying like his address and shit, that was totally unhinged. Totally disavow that. I don't know why she would do that. I think you should harass this guy in real life.
But then the plausible deniability enters in because we're treating these things, I guess, in this like collective responsibility sense. We're treating them as tribes, where effectively, and I've heard you argue this in the past, because of cross-pollination between the Snarker Discords and Kiwi Farms and Doxbin and this, that, the other. Of the people who are constantly saying Steven's a bad guy, he needs to get taken down, he needs to be canceled, he's done all these evil shit, he's going to do evil shit in the future, fuck him, blah 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 blah, let's ruin his.
To be clear, I think when this all first came out, before like his response, I think I said like obviously you could withhold judgment.
Just sitting here
halfway.
judge
people who just want to, but
base, I guess.
Probably if you watch him as like a moral authority, if you're watching him for political views and as a moral authority, you're deluding yourself. But if you just watch him because he's like liberal Ethan Ralph, then more power to you. Like, you have my blessing. I'm not going to say you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't actually want him deplatformed in any way until he started his doxing campaign. Then I'm like, oh, this guy's actually like going crazy. He's doxing a bunch of people. Yeah, I do think he should be deplatformed. I do think he shouldn't be on YouTube at least.
Doesn't Jibby Oil Connor too? No idea.
I won't go after his Kick because I don't know what the rules are on Kick, but on YouTube, I think that's pretty, like, they'll action off-platform behavior that's severe. I think that's fair.
Life. Even if they're saying that on stream and they're not individually doxing you, harassing you, swatting you, etc., you're going to hold them responsible for the outgrowths of that which is dox information, swatting, and harassment.
Well,
and their argument.
Well, a couple things. Yeah. So firstly, I no longer buy this argument. I used to be. I'm too charitable. I'm still too charitable, really. But like, I don't.
I'm like too charitable. I'm like the most charitable person, but I shouldn't be anymore. But I am still, and I can't help it. But I shouldn't. But I am, dude. It's like so. It's perpetual. It's the perpetual victimization motion machine. Okay. It's
Except that that's true. I think that he is too charitable. Okay, it's crazy. Like for example, a good example is I think Soypill is a person that he shouldn't trust easily. So I don't think Soypill is a person that he should trust, but he still trusts Soypill, right? Even though I think that Soypill is like a fucking disaster waiting to happen, right? And you know what Soypill gives off all the signs. He allows his orbiters and friends to question him publicly in front of the MAGA audience. That's a very charitable move, okay? To view that as just simply them trying to discuss something in good faith rather than them trying to gain some degree of clout or attention or something like that. Yeah, that is a very charitable like kind of interpretation of the situation, right? So I do think he is too charitable. Yeah. I think another thing is that I think a lot of this can be avoided as well if Destiny had a more strict stranglehold. Yo, hey, Violet Moss or VO, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate that. But yeah, whatever Jew doxer. Okay, I'm gonna call him Jew doxer from now on.
I no longer buy the argument of like my community just happens to resemble one-to-one every single unhinged person in this other community. I think the overlap is, if not intentional, like every person in these communities is aware of it and they are okay with it and supportive of it, and they all like play into it and feed into it. So like this idea that like, oh, we just happen to be in some of the same places, I don't accept that anymore. I think that's crazy. Number one, and then number two, my issue is not with people who are just like critical of me or who speak up about me or whatever. I know that people like to present it that way because it underplays or downplays their actions and it makes me look insane. It's people that are either fostering or hosting communities or who are actively participating or encouraging what I would consider to be some of the most insane, like real life harassment shit that you could basically get to, up to like visiting me in real life. So when you have, you know, like for Jstlk's Discord, like the easiest example to point to recently, and there are others too.
There aren't others. He's got like the Saiba thing, and he way blows out of proportion. The
Kelly can actually talk about some of these, but like when you're contacting people that are part of my court case and you're shooting all these emails on the Discord server, and like everybody is giving you thumbs ups over it, like, you know, some people.
To be clear, I think the thumbs up were for the Erudite thing and the Erudite conspiracy theory thing. I don't know what you want from us. I think we handled that incredibly responsibly. If we were actually like Kiwi Farmers, when we found out that Not So Erudite went to a fucking medieval, like, Renaissance fair that Rose also went to, they were there at the same time, what do you think Kiwi Farmers would do with that information? I think they would publicize that information and try to make it look as bad for the people involved as possible, right? What did we do? We, like, kind of joked about it. We waited months, and then eventually...
What the fuck? We give you the Jew pass foods? Oh, okay, thanks. But, like, okay, hold on. What the fuck, dude? He's still pretending. He's not pretending. This is like deliberate, okay? He pretends that his Discord isn't connected to Kiwi Farms in any way. That's so silly. That's so silly. Shit from Jstlk's Discord ends up on Kiwi Farms, and shit from Kiwi Farms ends up on Jstlk's Discord. They're like one-to-one line of direct like fucking communication. So fucking stupid, bro. Like, no, sorry. Deliberately malicious, okay? Not stupid. Sorry. Okay.
It got like posted. I was like, hey, first of all, we need to be clear. There's no evidence that this is anything beyond a coincidence. It's a really weird coincidence, but like, it's just a coincidence. Do not take something serious away from this. Don't bug Erudite about it. It's like, right. I went through on stream. I was like very careful about it. I didn't say it meant anything. You know what I'm saying? But when you're responsible with stuff, there's just nothing. Nobody ever goes like, oh, that's cool. That feels a little insane to be coincidence. I know, but like, I know it feels insane to be coincidence. I know, okay? I know. Wasn't that fair? Like hundreds of miles out of the way for Kyla. Yeah, but there's like, yeah, I know.
Well, it's either an insane coincidence. Okay, let's be very clear here, okay? It's either an insane coincidence or she lied during her testimony, okay? You need to choose one. Sorry, not her testimony, but like, no, does that count as a testimony? Wait, what Rose has said during the court case counts as a testimony, right? Technically speaking? Like that counts technically as a legal testimony, right? Because otherwise you're making the argument that she lied, right? That people who think that it's not a coincidence would like, then Rose has lied during her depot, or she has to like tell the truth under law.
I know.
People like Jstlk
Like, what the fuck?
Dude, but still, like, I promise you, I understand you want to connect patterns, okay? I understand. But I don't, there's no reason to believe that that's like a thing that has significant meaning. Okay. You can hold on to it in your brain, but I just don't think there's any reason to believe that. Like, what would be the point? What would be the purpose? I don't even know. Was there a really popular Ren fair? I think it was the biggest Renaissance fair in like Nebraska or something.
What?
I think it might.
So the biggest Renaissance fair in Nebraska and the most popular street in Houston. Wow. Things happening in the people seeing each other in the most popular of locations. Wow, chancing upon one another. Crazy, isn't it? It isn't just the third most popular or fifth most popular, okay? Or the sixth most popular. It's like the most popular. If that's the case, why even try to draw any kind or imply any kind of connection from it? Why meme about it like that, right? You know that people are going to draw their own conclusions from it, right? Like, you telling them not to harass Kyla over it won't stop them from doing anything like that. You know that. You know that for a fact. He's getting up on Kiwi Farms and blah, 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 right? So, yeah. Are you... Yeah, good one. Good.
They've even been the biggest Renaissance fair in the Midwest.
Second day, yeah, the best. Are Jewish?
So, yeah. And also, we found out about this publicly, I want to say 8 months after he started doxing people. And, I mean, there's also just a ton of other things here. Also, Saiba's like somebody who stuck around in this community after being in his community, right? Saiba was in his community for a very long time. Saiba was a subscriber of his for years and years and years. There's like a lot of people like that around.
We'll try to wheel this one out. Oh, well, Destiny's just post-hoc rationalizing this. Like, that didn't happen until later. And it's like, no, this is one action in a long chain of actions, but it's hard to point to the other ones in particular because of how, you know, they do try to ban the outright stuff. But it says something.
So they do what's in their power. All they're willing to do is the things they're capable of doing. And I think that's fucked up. They're not even willing to ban people on Kiwi Farms. Well, unfortunately, I'm not null. I don't have the ability to do that. If I had the ability to do that, maybe I'd think about it. But I don't. It would probably be the end of Kiwi Farms. I don't know if that would be a bad thing or not, but, you know, most of the other threads aren't that bad. Maybe.
Something about
I don't really use it enough to know, to be honest with
your
you.
community. If every single person in your community is like totally fine with that and is jumping on board with it, it's probably not the first time they've done it. It probably has been, as I've said, like a long history of like this.
Dude, I wish my community was totally...
I mean to ask you for a bit, what the heck is the deal with right-wing coded creators having their audiences brigading critiques from other creators? It's because it's a cult. That's why. When you have like content creators who are like just essentially like just cults, yeah, who brigade or flag or any kind of dissent, and they typically tend to be like losers as well, who never go outside and never like interact with a human being. I mean, I do the same, okay? I never interact with another human being. I never go outside. But you know what? At least I have the self-awareness for it, okay? They don't have any self-awareness, okay? But instead they act on the worst instincts, all right? You don't see me going to other fucking communities and fucking brigading other fucking comments or some shit, right? But that's what happens when you don't take care in trying to shape your community, right? Like, that's what happens when you don't pay attention to the way that your community is forming. So when you don't give a fuck about like shaping your community the way that you want it to look, yeah, unless that is how you want it to be, then yeah, right? It's still not the same. It's not the same as Asmongold directing the brigading himself, but I think that not really mentioning the brigading, and probably most likely knowing that it happens behind the back without like actually addressing it is probably also just as bad, right? Because sure, you're not blatantly doing it, but you're aware of it, and it's just like such a toxic fucking shit.
You know? I wish I had a sycophantic community. We just had an argument like 2 days ago. Literally, my parents went to sleep at like 10 p.m. on Christmas or Christmas Eve maybe, and then we had a whole discussion about it. People were mad about it. People are real mad about it. But like we talk about it.
This type of behavior, yeah.
Well, so then the example though is kind of the counterexample that I've heard brought up is that Rose allegedly, right? And if you don't want to get into specifics, we don't have to get into
specifics. Into whatever you want. It's all public filings now.
But effectively that like Rose, like early in the court case, at least as far as I understand it, we didn't know the difference between Rose and Solo. You didn't necessarily have any more context.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to back it up 2 seconds because I use the bathroom really quickly. And I don't want to miss stuff, so I'm going to back it up. I'll be right back.
Other ones in particular, because of how, they do try to ban the outright stuff. But it says something about your community. If every single person in your community is, like, totally fine with that and is jumping on board with it, it's probably not the first time they've done it. It probably has been, as I've said, like, a long history of, like, this type of behavior. Yeah.
Well, so then the example, though, is kind of the counterexample that I've heard brought up is that Rose, allegedly, right? And if you don't want to get into specifics, we don't have to get into
specifics. Whatever you want. It's all public filings now.
But effectively that, like, Rose, like, early in the court case, at least as far as I understand it, we didn't know the difference between Rose and Solo. You didn't necessarily have any more contact with Rose. And so doxing her information or putting her information out there so she could be found was, in their opinion, a barbaric retributive action because you didn't know whether or not Rose was an innocent party.
Yeah, but, like, that, to be clear, I didn't make sure you understand. That's not a good faith argument. Nobody really believes that, right? That me looking for this person I have no...
Nobody really believes when I, like, explicitly taunted Kiwi Farms with this person's, like, dox information with PII that would lead to her being doxed directly. Nobody really believes that I did that maliciously, right? Like, that I can't find this person maliciously? It's malicious if I try to find this person? It's like, well... Wait, I thought your whole thing was like Kiwi Farms is bad. Isn't your whole thing that Kiwi Farms is bad? What did you think they were going to do if they found this person? Like, okay, go. And I think he apparently shows Connor that he hired a private investigator. I kind of sincerely doubt that with, like, Relly made this point, with her face, her name, and her major.
Irrelevant.
How the fuck do you not find this person? Oh, wait, maybe not the name. With their face and her major and her school. Is it really that hard to find the person?
It's okay, okay? The private investigator was Radiant. He asked ChatGPT, okay? I understand, all right? Don't worry, dog. I got you, okay? Not all private investigators are perfect, okay? Some of it is public. ChatGPT is a public domain, okay? All right? Oh, my lord.
Like, literally,
Radiant.
if you
Radiant has to be the private investigator.
Yeah, it should be fairly easy to find them, no?
Oh, I don't have any leads on who leaked anything.
Oh, also, I would want proof that Destiny sent the same information that he gave to Kiwi Farms to the PI. Probably, right? If he were to hire a private investigator, did you give them the same leg up you gave to Kiwi Farms?
I don't know what the only thing I know is the Rose person that I spoke to that Solo allegedly said just gave her his account. Now, I didn't know at the time if that was necessarily true or not, but I have nothing to go on for somebody who has, I would say, pretty egregiously, probably in a harsher way than anybody in the history of my entire life has, like, aggressed on me. I think I'm kind of within my rights there to do whatever I can to try to find this person. I think that
okay, within your rights. But then the path of least harm would be, like, hiring a PI, right?
Yes. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Can you hold on? Wait. Can you send me are we texting or whatever?
Have
we ever texted before? Oh, wait. Hold on. Or actually, wait. Give me 1 second.
If you don't want to get into specifics, we don't have to get into specifics.
No, we can get into anything you want. It's annoying because another thing. I'm only doing this because I'm talking to you, okay? Because these people don't care about, like, the facts on literally any of this fucking bullshit.
Can that big fucking hunk of junk just fucking walk over here already? Instead of me having to go look for it like a fucking retard? Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of what this. I did hire a private investigator and they couldn't find anything. But no, do be a Jstlk, nobody believes me when I talk about any of this shit. Oh, here.
I don't think there's a level of I'm trying to find this person, so I'm gonna put a bunch of docs information out into the open and hope that Kiwi Farms can find her. I don't think that's a valid path to take.
Are you for real?
Right? Like, probably the argument is just that's never the. My Kiwi. This is Destiny's mindset.
You fucking suck, by the way.
I tried a private investigator and they ghosted me. So now I can go and give it to my Kiwi Farms thread. The people I say are the most evil people on planet Earth. It's like, although, to be fair, it worked. And that person got harassed, and obviously Destiny has he's complicit in that harassment in a lot of ways, right? Since he is the reason that she was found. But so we'll listen to this. We'll see what he says about the private investigator. I get the sense that this investigator was not somebody who made a serious effort to find her.
I just want to send you a fucking like this. They basically ended up fucking ghosting me after I paid for the service. Here, hold on. Boom, boom, boom. And I asked both my law firms to look for this person, and neither one was able to locate them. I just want to send you this just so that fucking somebody sees this, because it's the same stupid shit gets repeated over and over again, right?
Okay.
But this is you can look this up.
I would take it on good faith. I know other people.
Well, no, you don't. I don't care if you do not. But I just saw somebody seen that I've sent you. Like, this is my Oh wait, did I send that to you or did I send it to myself? Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the language on this so we could see.
I'm coming, Paul. Hold on. Here you go. Okay. You see this, right?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to move you off screen. That way I don't expose all our other private messages. And I'm going to look at it on my phone. So give me a second real quick. I just want to make sure that I don't actually expose our other messages, our other private messages.
True.
Wow.
All right.
Top secret.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I see it.
Just verifying that. Yeah. Okay.
And
so,
I also see the date.
yeah. Oh, long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. True. I didn't even think that. Yeah. So yeah. So I did try to do this. I know that every I didn't resolve because, but like, no, you heard me talk to Dewey. No matter what I say, like these people aren't interested in the
When did he hire this
secret.
person, and then what did he give them for information?
truth. They have their idea about me being some, whatever crazy abuser trying to fuck this girl or whatever. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, if I could just articulate for that chat without, saying anything specific. Effectively, I see the date, I see the time, and
Should have just hired Saiba. To be clear, Saiba didn't find Rose. Saiba didn't figure out who Rose was. It was after it was made public, everywhere who this person was, that Saiba was like, "Hey, you got doxxed." To be super clear.
No, motherfucker. You think that Rose doesn't know that she got doxxed? You think that Saiba did all of that just to tell her out of his own fucking goodwill? Like, what a great way to just repaint the situation in Saiba's favor. Great way, okay? Great way to defend Saiba, all right? Great way to just completely misrepresent his intentions, the real reason why he's doing any of this, his obsession with women, right? Insane. Oh yeah, just letting you know, you've been doxxed. Bruh, I think she knows, okay? Stupid. Not stupid, malicious. But
I see some communications at what looks like hiring a private investigator with things that I would expect out of hiring a private investigator.
Yep. Which is also why I was annoyed when Pxie put in her filings that they spent money to hire a private investigator to find this girl. They didn't. They just got it from Kiwi Farms. And now I know that because it was the person from Jstlk's server that emailed them and then threatened basically the girl to get her to email Joan as well. So, yeah.
I just wish Connor would ask for substantiation of the threat. What was the threat here? People tell me you shouldn't even bite the bullet that this is weird. I don't care about calling it weird. Weird is the weasel word you use when you don't want to say something's morally wrong because you know you can't really make that argument, right? But threaten, that's just objectively not happening there. He's learned not to ask questions like that. I do believe he would get in trouble for asking questions like that. It is frustrating to me. I messaged Connor after this and I'm just like, is there a reason you don't ask follow-ups ever when you're talking to Destiny? I was nice. But it's a little frustrating to me when I listen, right? And I'm like, dude, is there a reason that you I think there are very reasonable follow-ups to some of these things. Destiny will say something happened or say an allegation about me or my community.
Damn, bro.
And if I say things like that to Connor says, "Could you substantiate that?" But when Destiny says it to Connor basically just moves forward. Which, okay, I get it. It's difficult to have, he probably feels some sort of financial alignment here. It's a difficult conversation to have. But, come on, man.
Well, okay, so what I want to say, though, which, is saying this as a online and slightly IRL friend of 5 years now. So I guess the reason why, I know that you're pulled between many forces at all times. And as an example, people want you to have a schizophrenic personal life because it's entertaining. It's entertaining. It's fun to talk about. Whenever something pops off, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. We call it the Destiny dick watching traffic helicopter because the easiest way to get a few hundred live viewers is to cover personal drama, in your life, right?
Sure.
I have no fucking idea who the fuck Connor could possibly be referring to here, okay?
And it's an easy way to make money. It's an easy way to get a larger following. But, as your online friend, I don't want to see you hurting yourself for the entertainment of the chat.
Yeah.
And so,
oh, wait, wrong point. I don't think this is what I was talking about.
And to be clear, I'll reiterate this for the billionth time, although I don't think you believe me, but
But he's not, but yeah, Destiny is not doing it for the entertainment of his online chat, right? That is the big difference here. He's not doing any of this for the entertainment of his chat. That's a retarded talking point, right? I mean, it's fundamentally silly, right? You think he wants to relitigate his shit over and over again for the entertainment of DGs or anybody else outside of DG? If he cared about entertainment, why is he playing Arc Raiders?
Audience knows that my personal life has been pretty divorced from my stream for the past 2 years.
Okay?
It's been significant.
I'm just saying. I'm not sure. I don't think it's about entertainment, okay?
Hold on, I'm not on the right page of my soundboard. Fuck. It's a red bar moment. Are we serious right now? Yeah, the previous 2 years. So, like, for one thing, yes. But, the whole Pxie thing, he'll argue the Pxie thing is like going back from before this. And then, what else is there? We're still within the 2-year limit of he was having this whole fight with Lav and Zoe in my community less than 2 years ago. Now it's coming up, it's getting close to 2 years on that one. But it was less than 2 years ago when that fight was happening, right? So, like, the Merc thing was almost exactly 1 year ago, Tequila Sunset, where he came and he was fighting about his personal life on stream a year ago, right? It was like a year and 20 days ago. Yeah, the Delaguna stuff is getting, like, he threw that up on his stream. Like Connor has to feel a little talked down to, a little like he's getting like gaslit super hard here, right? Like Connor's he's got to be so close to just being like, dude, could you like make your lies a little less, like you're making me look like an actual fucking retard right now. Like you're treating me like I'm a total fucking moron.
Is Connor like not a retard, or did the sun die out or something, or?
It's yeah, and also he's covering his case's court drama on stream all the time. Wait. Now, maybe you say that's the difference between he's talking about sex life or something versus private life, but he's literally talking about his court case on stream all the time. Was Melina 2 years ago? Melina was like 3 years ago, I think. I think it was like 3 years ago, Christmas time is when they broke up. 2023. Yeah, 2022, I think. Dude, but it is like Connor has to sit here and he can't go, wait, I can talk about your personal life drama because of you putting like statements out constantly still. What are you talking about? You don't do your personal life drama.
Now, the real question is, has Jstlk returned Cherry's belongings? That's the real question, isn't it? To return or not to return Cherry's belongings?
Bro, you like play video games and litigate your case on stream. Those are like the things you do. What are we talking about? Do we count as Nathan bullshit as public? No.
Oh yeah, keep in mind, okay, any kind of donations would be appreciated. All right. The only way I can ever do anything like this is from your donations. Yeah, that's one of the only ways. Okay. Did they break up again? Break up? Not breaking up? Getting back together? What's the difference at this point? Okay. They're in a constant state of flux, constant superposition. Okay. Over what state they're in. Okay. Trust me. Anyway. Yeah. Keep in mind that most of the money that I get, maybe. No, half of the money. No, most of the money. Half of the money? Maybe half of the money that I get is from donations, okay? Whatever, I'll just go with half. I have several Oilers. Thank you so much to my Oilers who do actually donate a lot. However, keep in mind that my Oilers cannot do everything, okay? So please consider donating. It would help me a lot. Thank you. All right? They can't carry the world on their shoulders, okay? Especially if you watch this every day. Like, if you watch this every day as a part of your job or work, or you use it to go to sleep, or use it as a sleep aid, then yeah. I mean, at this point, if you're a regular viewer, it is what it is, right?
But I'm trying to maintain
it's a service
that line
at that point.
As cocked as it feels, okay? Because there's two things here, okay? One of them is you can criticize somebody's parenting without, people will say, oh, don't talk shit about my kids. But you can criticize somebody's parenting without talking shit about their kids. I try to keep it clear that because I'm aware that his kid engages in the space and I don't want to affect that relationship. Even though I shouldn't give a fuck, I don't want to. So I try to keep my comments sparse. I will say, okay, I have to do one joke, okay? I have to do one joke. No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do the one joke. I'm caught.
Less than it ever was.
Why not just go for it at this point?
I can't do the
in the past, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, but then what I was going to say in reference to that personal life is divorce from the stream. I want that to continue, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then also in reference to dealing with these anti-fan communities, if we're talking about you participating in barbarian retributive violence, I mean, maybe that we can envision an enemy.
To be clear, I wouldn't consider what I'm doing
that's just
barbarian,
fantastic.
Whatever. I think it's pretty eye for an eye in terms of, yeah.
Okay. Well, if we want to classify eye for an eye, I think that your critics are categorizing it as barbarian retributive violence. But regardless of what it is,
Man, I bet you I could have actually liked Arc Raiders. I associate it with like that community now. I'll never look into the game. I'll never play the game. That feels like...
How is it? Okay, that's such a fucked way to look at things, okay? Oh, I'll never play Arc Raiders because Steven is the one that plays it? Are you actually fucking, like, kidding me? There's nothing outside of Arc Raiders, outside of, like, Steven's association with the game. God, you're such a fucking loser, bro. Oh my god. I could never play a fantastic game because Steven is the one that played it. It's just not the same. It just reminds me of Steven. What? What kind of drugs are you on?
I just, like, I hear the name and I'm like, ugh. Like, it's just like a mental attach. There's like a mental connection that goes on in my head. I hear, like, somebody talk about the game and I'm like, ugh. It's just like, it's that...
What the fuck? That's what, dude, you are wilding out, okay? This has to be the most wild, like, fucking statement I've ever heard him say. What the fuck? You don't want to play Arc Raiders because Destiny plays the game Arc Raiders. Like, you are so ill. You are so ill. Does anybody have a defib? Any defibs here? But yeah, again, it's just like, that's so I can't believe. Does anybody have a defib? Whatever, doesn't matter.
Oh, what is it? Wes described it. It's like food. You like do this like food disgust thing where you like tie the things in your brain. Like a certain food will become gross to you. That's what's happened with like Arc Raiders. I'm like, ugh. I hear the name and I'm like, ugh. It sucks.
Sometimes barbarian retributive violence could be justified, right? Because if there was, let's say that we're barbarians and this is...
When people are talking about negative associations, it's more justifiable because... Sorry, it's more understandable because it's like, oh, my dad fucking beat me and he graped me when I was a kid, okay? My dad beat me and graped me and he would always cook that omelet, okay? He would always cook mushroom omelets before he beated me and he graped me. Which is why every single time I smell mushroom omelets, I think of him and him graping me. Yeah, no shit. Of course, that's gonna be more understandable. Of course. So yeah, if you have an aversion to mushroom omelets, yeah, I would understand that part, okay? Motherfucker, have you been beaten and graped by Steven?
This is
you know what? Maybe that's just actually what happened. Maybe Steven just brutally graped him. And that is the only way I can explain something like that because that is wild to me. Anyway. All right, sorry. Hey, Upstate Trash, thank you so much for a one give sub on Kick. And Aha, thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate that. You can say grape on stream. I don't care, okay? I don't give a fuck. Also, in addition, just want to say, all right, again, all right, since some of you guys have donated, okay, thank you guys so much, all right. Considering how this stream is being listened to at work or when you sleep, all right, again, show some appreciation, okay? Give me some donuts. Open your hearts, open your wallets.
Like caveman days. Let's say
it won't get taken down for it. Yeah, but I would rather not risk it. I literally got a warning by YouTube for doing basically nothing, okay?
So I mean, tribe that continues to attack you. Well, if you keep doing reciprocative penalties and they keep trying...
Hello.
Ruben donated $3. Would you ever play Destiny?
Probably not, but maybe not for the same reason.
To take you out, then...
Oh, Illuminator, thank you so much for the 5 months.
All you're doing is you're tolerating somebody who wants your destruction.
Ruben.
And so...
Sure. No, you're fine.
Let me...
No.
Let me just say this.
Jill.
Like, one of the things that I look for when I'm seeing like how true a person's claims are, especially when it comes to like fear, is I'm looking at how the person is behaving or acting. And
dude, this is the crazy thing. If you cared about getting doxxed, when I threatened you with doxing, you'd stop doing whatever you were doing. I said I was going to dox you, and you need to stop doing that, or else you're not scared of it.
And I hear this thing a lot brought up about like DGG and how terrifying.
Except, I mean, yeah, it's called consequences. You keep on doing you keep on doing the action that is bad. You keep on receiving consequences. That's just how it is. Because if you only get rewarded for doing bad shit, then you're going to be more incentivized to do it. So of course you need to be put in your place. Yeah.
My community is all this bullshit. And I think my community is basically terrifying if you're like a friend of mine, because then you care about what my community thinks. And if you say something they disagree with, they're fucking retarded and their hate threat is like way more aggressive than it needs to be.
Your community is terrifying, or was terrifying. Maybe it's less so now, because of the narrative shaping they do, right? That whatever you tell them, they will go, and there are a lot of them still, they will spread whatever narrative you say is true on Twitter, and when you don't like somebody, that narrative will be insanely negative about them. And we've watched this happen with Max, with Lav, with me to some extent, right? That's what's actually terrifying, is these people will go around and they are like fucking missionaries. They'll go to other chats and be like, this guy sucks, this guy sucks, this person's a liar, this person's evil, this person sucks, right? And I think what Destiny doesn't like about this so-called like snark community, I'll call it what it is, the snark left community that sort of goes to chats and shit talks him, is he probably sees the mirror image of DGG, right? He understands how important he thinks those things are. That's what people are actually scared of. They're not scared of real life harassment. When people say they're scared of DGG, they don't mean like, oh, that person's going to come to my house and kill me. I will say for me, that is a low-level concern, but it is a concern when Destiny says this person should be killed and also tries to dox me, okay? That's just fine. Like, sorry, that's just fair. Like, it's not, I don't think there's a high probability of it happening. I think there's a low probability, but it's very real, becomes very real when he talks about it, right? But it's the narrative shaping online and how they will go, and they'll be in other communities, right? These people are all in like 2 or 3 other adjacent communities, and Destiny understands that when those people go to other communities and they say the same negative things, that those things tend to stick over time regardless of how true they are.
Drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hey, Zorb. Zorb, thank you so much for the $20 in total now. Semicolon P, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, there you are.
Just a drink.
Thank you.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Right?
P.
It's reasonable to be scared of doxing. Yeah, absolutely it is. And I don't think it's reasonable to say you're not scared of doxing, but I'm saying the reason people consider his community scary is not necessarily because they don't have a reputation of doxing from before Destiny started doxing people. I don't think they had a reputation of that. Their reputation was like narrative shaping in a negative way about anybody you dislike, right? About Hassan, about Vosh, about your ex-wife, about basically anybody, about anybody you don't like. Mr. Girl, Lav, anybody who's like negatively come out against you. That's what they actually are scared of.
By the way, just so you guys know, okay, this is like literally every community, okay? This is like literally every fucking community online, all right? Not only is this every community online, okay? I'm not saying that Destiny has no responsibility to control his audience. In fact, if we have to talk about that, Destiny beforehand is probably one of the only people that tries to curb unhinged behavior from his audience when he does talk about it, okay? Like, we can see people in other chats going, Nicholas Diorio W, Nicholas Diorio W, or from any other, or Antifans being like whatever. But then at least when you have a Destiny fan in your chat, I think most of the time, they are just there to levy criticism, okay? They're there to levy criticism. They are not there to post your name and address, okay? They're not there, because I have literally seen someone in my chat who is like most definitely a fucking anti-fan, like post my dead name, okay? Post my fucking dead name into the YouTube chat. That's unhinged. What the fuck? You name one Destiny fan doing something like that. That's unhinged.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making my graveyard shift more bearable.
Hell yeah, there's some appreciation. Thank you so much for the $5. Zorb, thank you so much for the $20.
Just a drink.
Cenis is Enos with an S, true.
Shaken, not stirred.
That's
Enos is Ennis with an S.
That's wonderful, thank you. I appreciate that. But you don't think there's a difference between like saying unhinged shit like, oh my god, I can't believe you fucking raped that 17-year-old versus like going like, I think your positions on Ethan Klein lawsuit is wrong and incorrect, and I would like to debate you on it. You don't think that there's a difference between these two?
They don't want those people going around lying about them everywhere on the internet in case they want to exist on the internet.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Don't get to watch all the time, but wanted to drop something in the Christmas spirit.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that for the 20 USD. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys are mighty kind tonight, after I asked, okay? But still, I appreciate it. You guys should keep on donating, okay? Please, keep them coming. Thank you. I appreciate that, all right? Can't do this thing without you guys, okay? If you can even call it a job, okay? I even hesitate to call it a job because it feels, like, that just feels cringe to me. I'm like, yeah, this is a real job. Yeah, this is a real job. Like, I don't want to come out that way. But in a way, like, when a significant part of your income comes from donations, it gets really scuffed really quickly, okay? I'm gonna be honest. It gets really scuffed, okay? Anyway, one you can at least from content from, yeah. Sorry, another part of it. Holy shit, Zord. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted.
I'm a guy.
Hey, Zord, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. When Doobie was being mentioned, everybody brought up your name, okay? When Doobie, not everyone. Fuck. Was I the one that brought up your name? Or was it somebody else that brought up your name? But like, basically, your name gets brought up, okay? When Doobie was like donating $1,000 to like fucking... I'm like, oh my god, where's Zord? Hello, calling Zord? Where's Zord? Yeah. What was I saying? I fuck with your glasses, to be honest, Food Slops. They're alright, I guess. They're okay. Anyway, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? People have said, okay, is there any glasses that do not suit me? Like serious question, or is this like one of these like all size fits all kind of things? I feel like whenever people say like, oh my god, these glasses suit you, these glasses suit you, like, sorry, I'm not saying you guys are being disingenuous, okay? You guys are very kind, and thank you so much, I appreciate that, okay? But like, I feel like there are some compliments out there in the world that is like, is there anything such as glasses not suiting someone, or yeah, I don't know. You got David Koresh insane guy glasses, they wouldn't. Oh, now the ones now have a nice frame, look like a nerd. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. The honesty, okay? Thank you. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say about Jstlk.
That's how it is, man. That's how it was. Now, I think people do have every right to be scared of doxing. I think that's why Pisco probably made the rule about his Discord, where he doesn't want that stuff discussed, because it seemed like Destiny was just like saying this guy's a target now, which is crazy. All right, I can be like even less scared about doxing than most people because I live.
You can do better with the glasses. Thank you.
Like
that is until I start wearing glasses every day. Okay, then I go glasses off mode, and you guys are like, ooh.
I said I walk outside and there's like tundra in every direction. Okay,
got that.
You're coming to my place.
Aura?
Good luck.
What?
This is like a military installation. All right.
What are you
Tundra,
talking about?
as far as the eye can see in every direction. You can't sneak up on me, okay? It's impossible. So, like, but
challenge
other
accepted?
people live. I think Pisco's pretty public that he lives in New York, right? Like, he's pretty public.
Wow, that's so specific. He lives in New York. Yeah, wow. That really narrows it down.
Public about it. Like, that's a city where I would be scared of my dox information being out there. Right, I would be.
Really narrows it down, guys. Holy shit!
Because there's just
New
so
York?
many people that
I know where he is
you never
now.
know when one could be like a crazy.
Oh yeah,
crazy lunatic, kind of saying the same thing twice, but
New York,
lunatic, right?
I know where that is.
So I think it's like scarier for other people.
Oh
There's
man,
at least something there where for me it's like not quite as terrifying.
New York,
you know?
Wow, New York. Better watch out.
Anyway,
better not cry.
Yeah,
Santa Claus is coming.
GG.
Back it up. Let me back it up just a
how
little
terrifying my community is and all this bullshit. And I think my community is basically terrifying if you're like a friend of mine, because then you care about what my community thinks. And if you say something they disagree with, they're fucking retarded and their hate threat is like...
Well, I think it is a violation to have the privacy thing, like, you know, forgone and whatever. But I'm talking about physical safety. I think the concern with DGG is the lying to like reputation assassinate. That's like what people are more concerned about. I think that's a valid concern. And when you pair that with the doxing, it becomes like way, way scarier, right? Like this community that's known as like total reputation assassins. They will lie. They will say anything about anybody to ruin their reputation online. And then you pair that with doxing, where like it's tied to somebody's real name potentially. Like that's terrifying for everybody.
Okay, my question is this. Why is that standard being applied to DGG when everybody already shits on DGG, okay? And not to defend DGG here, okay? Fuck, I really hate defending DGG, okay? Just mainly because I think that they are a bunch of like fucking cringe lords, okay? Like on the fucking DG chat, okay? But like if everybody else on the internet shits on DGG in such a bad faith manner, are they not allowed to fucking shit back or punch back or shit talk other shit? A retarded fucking standard to set. Insane.
There's literally not a single person on planet Earth that's not terrifying for.
Oh.
So you take the past reputation, you add it to the current reputation. Yeah, everybody's steering clear. Makes sense. But they will send Darius to do physical harm. Well, I think the thing is, for me, is like Darius did do that. And that was why I think most of all that I said
I love this game. Hooray!
I don't want that to be something that I like greenlight at all in my community. Not even that I think, like, I'm not talking about whether or not
anybody have a defib.
Wrong. I don't want people from my community trying to interact in
any
way
defibs?
because I don't want there to be their judgment like all that would be happening there is.
God, I feel like a moron.
I'd be
Okay.
trusting their judgment on what a situation is.
I'm focusing too much. I'm focusing too much on commentary. Okay, I need to play more of my video game. Okay, the commentary is distracting from me playing this video game. All right, that's what's actually happening. Okay, all right. React more. How about Arc Raiders more, huh?
That's why you have to disavow that and say it's not good, right? And say like I don't want that. It's not to say I'm not responsible.
That was an expensive ass loadout. I risk a lot.
Or because Destiny is responsible. He'll say, "Oh, I'm not responsible for Darius." It's like fuck off. But you just don't want anybody to sort of feel like they can do those things and interact or exist in your community. That's why.
For the record, that does actually sound unhinged. Okay, whatever Darius was doing, if what he's saying is true, yeah, I do think I'm curious about that. But at the same time, you know, I feel less serious about that considering how Destiny has essentially been swatted. Okay, if he's been swatted and Darius is sent to another fucking person's house or something like that happens, honestly, I just don't really give that much of a fuck anymore, so whatever.
Said with the cyber thing.
What did Darius do? Jstlk is essentially saying that Darius went to Ryle's real house to challenge him to a fight. And like essentially, like I think it was also like one of his older addresses, so Ryle wasn't actually there. That's what Jstlk is saying, but I need the clip, okay? I need the clip of him saying that before I can actually like try to argue on that point or argue against it, okay? So it's like, yeah.
Any more evidence of things like this coming out in the future, you are just gone. There won't be a discussion. There won't be anything like this, right? You're just gone. There's no ask. There's just nothing. Because I never want to be blamed for people thinking like this is acceptable. It's not, right?
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Zorp on Kick this time. Zorp, thank you so much for the 10 gifted Kick subs, dude. I always love it whenever you give money to me because it's like, the way I kind of think of it is like, okay, all right, Zorp is probably gonna donate a whole bunch of fucking shit like every like 2 months or so, okay? Every month or so, Zorp comes in, donates a bunch of shit, and then just leaves. All right? It's kind of like Bulbasaur, okay? Like that person was like, you know what? I divorced my husband because my husband told me to not donate any more money to streamers, but that's why I'm giving you these like 100 subs. And I'm like, okay, thanks, I guess. Like, okay, man. So sometimes things are just extremely wacky, okay? But you know what? I appreciate you, okay? And I appreciate the money that you donate to me. And honestly, I don't actually make all that much. I really don't, okay? Like you probably go like, oh my God, you're rich now. Oh my God, but people donate so much money to you. I have such an audience. Bro, I probably make like less than minimum wage in total, okay? But it's still enough to live. I don't know, like, yeah. Not more, less than minimum wage, a little bit more than minimum wage, probably, actually. Mary Fishman, thank you so much, Lord. Like, what did I make last year? Sorry, like, how much did I make in 2025? Oh, yeah, $30,000. I probably made $30,000, and that isn't including taxes or the money that I gave to Magabes, right? So yeah, like $30,000 only in California, of all places. So, yeah.
Anyway,
rip.
Where else are we going here? We continue.
Way more aggressive than it needs to be. But that's about the extent of terrifyingness that my community goes to. And when I asked Doobie, you know, what's an example of my community like real life harassing somebody? The only example he could give me was Darius apparently going to the wrong house for Ryle Kitten House. And Darius is retarded and does his own.
Did he know he was going to the wrong house? I'd say with that one, like, what was the intent there? Because hold on, I'll ask Ryle. Can I show that clip?
Wait, so it's a fact? They don't disagree on this, right? If it's a fact, I think that Darius is fucking unhinged. Yeah. Zor, thank you so much for the $5. Like, I think Darius is unhinged, but at the same time, it's like, I don't really give much of a fuck. If anything happens to Ryle, I'm gonna be real here, okay? Just gonna be a little bit real here, okay? Zor, thank you so much for the $5 for the super sticker. Like, again, like, these are the people who fucking swat his, like, fucking house. Like, they swat him with Nathan inside of it and other innocent people inside of it that has nothing to do with the situation. So, you know what? All right. Yeah, what Darius is, like, has done was a little unhinged, okay? You know what? No, I'll say it. It's very unhinged, okay? It's very unhinged, all right? But you know what? Very unhinged versus very unhinged, okay? We take that, anyway.
Because I could maybe show this. I don't know what's in the clip exactly. So I haven't ever shown it.
There you go. That's my talking point for this one, okay?
Right now. Because Darius did go, and I believe that Darius did say that he was going to like try to fight.
Ethan is Vecna? What the fuck?
Yeah,
How?
sure. We'll
Why would
watch
you
a
say
little bit
that?
more, and I think we're gonna edit it down.
And then he had a video of Darius walking up to Lauren Delaguna on the street and talking to her for 30 seconds. Just fucking retarded. And then when I look at like the behavior of the other communities, well, it seems like all of them still spam talk about me. All of them were still spamming streams on me.
This is the thing that upsets him, right? And I react to what he does for the reputation ruination stuff. But I do try to move away from this stuff when I can. I'll be honest, tonight I just didn't have other content, so I decided to go react to all of his stuff, even though I kind of wanted to just go prepare something so I could have things like the Ryle clip ready to go.
You know what, Jstlk? Me too. Okay, this is why I'm reacting to you. All right. It isn't that I want to react to you right now. It's because genuinely I am kind of out of shit right now. To cover. We have to cover you once in a while. Okay, it's good views and it's good money. All right. Misaki, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs on Kick. Thank you so much. Yo, that's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You made me do it. Listen, okay, when I say your name, you feel good. All right. Don't you want to feel good when I say your name and I go like, oh my God, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. All right. Oh my God, that makes people feel good. Okay. Don't you want to feel good? Here.
But I straight up didn't prepare content for tonight, so I was like, fuck it. We go, we do it. We do it fucking live, I guess. But yeah, he's like, oh, don't talk about me. It's like, dude, are you serious? That's really the thing is...
No, dude, so stupid. No, malicious, lying. Okay, he's lying. What happened? Contacts are making him blind. The bright blue contacts were straining my eyes. I don't know if it's like not the right material or maybe it's not the right, like, because I know that my eyes can be sensitive and different materials making the contacts or the way that your eyes are reacting to different chemicals, like depending on how the contacts are made, depending on how like they're like created or whatever, it could be the situation that like these specific contacts just happen to not be like that. So yeah, like they're just shit like that happens. Okay. Probably use blue 67, very toxic. I don't know what that is, what you're talking about, but okay, I guess. I don't know what that is, okay, but yeah.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Wow. Zorp, thank you again
Just drink. A
for the
martini, shaken, not
fucking
stirred.
50 gifted,
I wanna feel good.
10 gifted subs, not 50. For the fucking 10 gifted subs, holy shit, you're so kind for that. I wanna feel good. Okay, Sugar King, okay? Is that Sugar King? Yeah, Sugar Cube Succubus. Thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. Nice name. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Keep it going, okay? Keep it going, please. All right, that has to make up for all the days that I basically got nothing. So
he hates that people
Nathan,
have
isn't that
accurate
not? Oh.
negative opinions of him. That's what he dislikes, is that there are people with accurate negative opinions of him in a community that is sort of isolated from his and is going to like shit on him. He's talking about you. Why shouldn't you talk about him? That's his logic.
Okay, never mind. Holy fuck.
Dungeon.
No, you're fine. No, Zorp, you're fine. Friendly? Corey, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. See? Corey, do you feel good? Yes or no question, okay? Oh, no, sorry. It's not a yes or no question. It's a yes question, okay? You do feel good, all right? When I mention your name, you're probably going like, oh my God, I feel so good. My name got mentioned, okay? Boom! There you go, all right? I know that you guys have money. Cough it up! Thank you. I appreciate that, okay? Shit, hold on.
Well, he's talking about my community in most cases. You'll find this very obvious as you go through some of this stuff, that criticisms of my conduct or behavior are shockingly sparse. Like, people don't have criticisms of my conduct, except, hey, I let my community shit talk you. And there are people who Destiny's tried to dox, people whose consent Destiny is violated. There are people of all kinds in my community who I think have the right to go somewhere and just be like, this guy's a total piece of shit.
On the glasses? No,
and I'm never going to moderate
please.
that. I don't like... Well, I have for the past little while kind of piled on the shit talking because he's been explicitly like trying to dox people and actually doxing people in my community. So now I am like piling on. But for a long time, I was more like concerned with doing the commentary thing, right?
Nice sing washing. Good job on the sing washing.
Tonight, like, again, this is what Destiny interrupted me when he first came into the chat earlier tonight. I was just talking about how when he's talking to Pisco, he says like, oh, I'm not responsible for Dan. It's like, wait, why am I responsible for my community, right? Why am I responsible for my community or people around me? But Destiny's not responsible for his business partner and best friend who used Destiny's community, weaponized Destiny's community against Hassan to try to get him deplatformed. I think people have real problems with you, either they're valid or not.
I'm not going to defend Dan, okay? If you think I'm going to sit here and defend Dan, you're wrong. Go off, my King Jstlk. Go
means,
off.
But if you want to elaborate, I'd listen.
My king, Jstlk, my king, go off. There you go.
I don't know how he tries to say he's not responsible for Dan, or like Dan does his own thing. It's like, but Dan, you explicitly know that Dan does this. I want to say there's a quote somewhere of, did Dan say, or did Destiny say like, don't use my community for shit, or like stop? There is somewhere where he's acknowledged that Dan uses his community. He's also saying he's not responsible for Darius in the clip. He does his own thing. Oh, true.
And talking to her for 30 seconds. It's fucking retarded. And then when I look at like the behavior of the other communities, well, it seems like...
Oh, well, I didn't hear him say Darius does his own thing yet. But yes, when he says stuff like that,
just threw up a little in your mouth. I'm sorry.
Darius does his own thing.
Apologies.
But he's going to the address you doxed. You're literally responsible here. You have a direct causal link on this conduct happening. Like you are, but for your doxing, this doesn't happen.
I need to use up.
Destiny would Mr. Girl Dan if he actually cared. He isn't doing his own thing. I get the impression that Dan probably just knows some stuff about Destiny that makes it difficult for Destiny to do anything like that. Probably.
Like all of them still spam talk about me. All of them were still spamming streams on me. All of them were still cross-posting emails that Saba guy was sending to my attorneys, to opposing counsel attorneys.
Cross-posting? All of them are cross-posting those emails. I thought these emails were like proof of my community's guilty conduct. Why would somebody be cross-posting them? Was somebody like cross-posting them and go, this is awesome? If that was happening, I'm unaware.
To victims in my case, like all of this stuff, it doesn't seem like there's much fear on their side. It doesn't seem like they're really that afraid, despite how horrifying.
It just feels that way. Then is Destiny responsible for Jstlk's disgusting behavior? You know what? You know what? If you say that Dan, like whatever, then you better hold yourself to that standard, okay? Why the fuck do you parrot all of Kiwi Farms' fucking talking points and you play footsie with them, as Connor likes to say, right? You're playing footsie with the Antifans. You're playing footsie with the schizos, right? Like you're gonna sit here and still pretend that like we don't notice what you're doing when it's very clear what you're doing is just fucking. It's just blatantly out in the open. You're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not stealing cookies. Then why is there 5 cookies gone? I'm not stealing cookies. I'm not stealing cookies. Where? What? Huh? Are you sure? Are you sure? There's always been 3 cookies in the jar. What do you mean there's been 6 cookies? What do you mean there's been 20 cookies? Jstlk, we know that you've been eating 17 cookies, okay? We know that you're able to chomp down 17 cookies in 5 seconds, all right?
You know, the docs and everything else is. Whereas when I look on my side, right, everybody's fucking terrified of the anti-fan communities over there. Hutch came out and said, like, I can't be anywhere near, you know, like...
Again, to be clear, Hutch was doxxed by Kiwi Farms in September of 2024.
Yeah, and you are Kiwi Farms.
He's blaming my community, which was explicitly a Destiny fan community when it started. It was like...
Because you are Kiwi Farms. You are Kiwi Farms liaison. They literally said so. Kiwi Farms literally treats you as such. Kiwi Farms goes like, you are now the chosen one. Now that previously Kuihman was the chosen one, by the way, if you guys were wondering. Previously, Kuihman was the chosen one, so they were like, Kuihman is the chosen one. He's better than Jstlk in every way when it comes to explaining our plight. When it comes to explaining our plight, Kuihman is the chosen one. But now Kuihman doesn't cover Destiny anymore, so they're like, Jstlk is the new chosen one. Jstlk has to be the one to carry the flame. It's like...
like a Destiny super fan community with like Destiny's friends in it. All of Destiny's like group chat members were in it, right? Oh, also the other thing, man, with regard, dude, I need to write this stuff out. This is why I wanted to prepare. So when Hutch was doxxed, I was a fan. And by the way, I agree. I already said I explicitly avoided going on anything else because I was like, dude, I don't want to face reveal when Kiwi Farms is doxing people like this. It seems like insane to do. It seems totally crazy to try to do right now. Let's see. Yeah.
Like Destiny, these guys, like the doxing and everything else that's going on, this is just way too crazy. Like
Bro, I literally left yours and Pisco's Discords with 10 messages because I didn't want to be part of some max docs. Sorry about that. Yeah, I get it. I get why people would leave. It's just like when Destiny's doing that, I do think at that point it crosses into like this is off-platform conduct that something like YouTube would moderate. I do believe Discord would moderate it as well. I think it's like difficult to actually report things to Discord. And again, I'm reporting Destiny. Like if I were to report Destiny,
a martini, shaken not stirred.
I'm gonna throw up after so much stuffed crust pizza and alcohol.
Zorb, thank you so much for the $10. I mean, okay. See, this is why I have this is why I have medicine for nausea. Okay, I have nausea, like I have bad nausea if I don't eat before I take my medicine every day. Okay, so I totally get what you mean. But yeah. I don't know if anybody else suffers from that, but it
would be for his direct conduct. It wouldn't be for like, well, I think that somebody who's adjacent to him, somebody who's adjacent to someone who's adjacent to him is doing bad things. It wouldn't
my body's
be like that,
ugh.
right? It would be, oh, here's him like explicitly.
Which is why I always have medicine on hand.
Doxes.
Thank you for $10 though.
Yeah. If there's something and he lies that it's you and Kuihman, then these morons believe it for some reason. Destiny was the reason they were doxed, sadly. Yeah, and I don't think. It's like probably what Destiny should have been doing is letting people know that he had like a community of people who really disliked him, who really would go after anybody who appeared on stream. Like for me, Laundry was the one who posted the original PV doxes on his article, right? This is the case. Laundry was the one who originally posted, but he did eventually go edit and like put a layer of indirection there. And then Kiwi Farms posted them after Laundry had posted them, I believe, as well. I don't know if it's directly connected or not. Hold on. This is what I try to tell people, Sognik, is like, it all comes down to like one guy that Destiny hated, that Destiny's had like a fight with going on like as an undercurrent of his stream for years. Since this guy figured out that Destiny was fucking Lauren Southern. Right? That's basically what I think that's what started their like rivalry, as it were. This guy figured out that Destiny's fucking Lauren Southern, and then Destiny hated this guy and started having like actual ego contests with him, either directly responding to him in DMs or referencing him on stream or doing things to fuck with him on stream and then saying that he was doing them to fuck with him on stream, talking about his haters. Anytime Destiny was talking about like, oh, you know, my haters say this about me.
Oh my god!
What it means is, Blav says this about me. Blav says that about me. Blav says this about me. How did the fight with Blav start? I don't know why Blav was paying that close of attention to Destiny. I just remember it was the Lauren Southern thing. I think that's the first time I ever went to Kiwi Farms. Was somebody in DGG chat linked it to me and was like, hey, did you see this Lauren Southern thing? I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Inheritance, I don't know. I need to apply somewhere right now. Probably local grocery. Oh, based. Inheritance is based. All right. Based alert. Blav is Dan's alter ego. You know what? I would have said that was ridiculous, but considering how Rose was solo, considering how the Rose is solo theory got confirmed to be true, you know what? Blav is Dan. There is a world in which that is probably true. And again, if Rose is solo, I'm not going to discount that. Okay?
What's this place?
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. It's possible there was something before that, but I think that's the first time I ever like actually looked at anything on there.
Apple? What about that? That's a fruit.
How come there's no screen caps of these things, man? Wait, what are you talking about, Maximus? You talk about the Blav Lauren Southern thing? I think there are screen caps. If you go look at, like, Kuihman did a video on it. Kuihman, Lauren Southern.
For the record, okay, Destiny is willing to lie. Like, he has lied on stream before, okay? But I don't think it's lying in the way that it is like meant to like really fucking smear somebody. I think it's lying to protect his like personal life and to protect like people whose lives prefer to be kept private. Like for example, it later turned out that the Lauren Southern thing turned out to be correct, right? Like Lauren Southern did engage with Destiny in such a manner in which like that would be considered cheating, right? To Melina. However, he lied about it from that point onwards, and that caused Logic to break away, right? Like that caused Logic to break away from Destiny's community. But I think why that? What the fuck? Hold on.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
The fuck? Zorb? Thank you for the 50 gifted subs? Hello? The hell? Yo, hey. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Why would you do that? Is it because you're drunk? Oh no. You better not charge back on your credit card after you get sober. I need the money. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted subs, dude. Holy moly. Thank you. W Zorb airdrop. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Supply drop. Supply beacon. Over here. Legendary loot crate. Over here. Thank you.
Destiny's sickening messages revealed. Not this one. By the way, this is one of the things people,
Thank you.
I've been talking to certain people, actual DGGers DMing me, okay?
Merry Christmas,
like,
penis. Thank you.
You read his sex on stream. And I'm like, actually, I explicitly avoided doing that.
Wow.
This Rencor guy says, Blab was a Destiny fan who hated Melina so much that he realized Destiny was cheating on her with Lauren Southern and obsessively started tracking it. Okay. What really happened? Destiny's worst kept...
Sorry, as I said, like, if you lie to protect someone's privacy or whatever, like, isn't that kind of a form of justified lying, right? Like, for example, if you lie to essentially strike back at someone who is also lying about you on purpose, right? Like, it's beyond the shadow of a doubt that this person is also lying about you, right? Why wouldn't you lie as well, right? Why wouldn't you lie about them, right? Tit for tat, right? But yeah, anyway, that's my logic anyway. I keep on going to apartments trying to find those dog collar and arc raiders. Oh yeah, I know. It's hard to find, okay? Destiny's Kiwi Farms thread isn't even that interesting. Same half dozen people just repeating shit. Yeah, essentially, yes. It's like only about like 50 people.
Secret Lauren Southern connection.
There's been a lot of discussion recently surrounding the rumors about Destiny and Lauren Southern's relationship, mainly coming from two sources.
Kuihman better thank his lucky stars that he ended up making it as a streamer, because this fucking sucks at editing, okay? I'll just be real with you guys. He fucking sucks at editing.
Okay, some of you guys may not believe this, but you know what? For people who are there and for people who actually observe the history, Kuihman became a streamer off of farming me, okay? He became a streamer off of farming me when I was a new streamer back then, and it was Loligate 1. He covered Loligate 1, and his entire career started because of me, okay? He's my Hassan. He's the monster that I created, okay? You're welcome, by the way. I created the monster that Destiny now wants to kill, okay? But here's a worst question. By the way, for people who say that, oh yeah, you came out of nowhere, like we don't even know who you are, you have no idea, okay? You have no idea. My history is long and tumultuous, okay? I have done the world a disservice by bringing Kuihman into this world. Now I must take him out. Not like that, okay? Not like that. Career-wise, okay? Anyway.
First, Andrew Wilson of the Crucible, also known as Big Papa Fascist, brought the rumors up to Destiny during a debate on the Playing with Fire channel. This resulted in Erudite, who, because of her closeness with Destiny,
There's one other commentary video he made. This one, by the way, was reasonably well done from a narrative perspective.
I only blew up like this year. Like my making career only happened, but for 2 years afterwards, you know, he essentially had a career and I didn't have a career, right? So which felt really bad, okay? Because he off of farming me, because I was his locale, like he would just wake up in the morning every day and he would just like fucking milk me for content, okay? So he would, this fucking bonger, Jewish kid, okay, gets a career, all right? Two years ahead of me, all right? Jesus Christ.
It's actually just the cuts, this like intermission screen I don't like. The Woo one is
now
good.
It's been 3.
The Woo one's pretty
now
good.
It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years now.
Woo was like 15 here? It was 2 years ago. No, he was like 31 here. What is
You're
he,
welcome,
27
Kuihman.
now or something? I think he used to be 25 on this one, 24, 25.
I wonder if Kuihman is still like in school. I wonder if Kuihman is still like in college. I have no fucking idea.
Anyway, yeah, he figured out.
How does he even have time for that?
Sound quite so soy.
Every single person in my corner of the internet was getting doxxed on Kiwi Farms, and everybody was getting crazy harassed by the people in Jstlk's Discord server. So like,
everyone was getting crazy harassed by the people in Jstlk's Discord server. Like, do you see how he just sneaks that in? That thing that didn't happen?
Side of the anti-fan communities over there. Hutch came out and said, like, I can't be anywhere near, you know, like Destiny with these guys, like the doxing and everything else that's going on. This is just way too crazy. Like every single person in my corner of the internet was getting doxxed on Kiwi Farms, and everybody was getting crazy harassed by the people in Jstlk's Discord server. So like, I don't buy into that. I don't think they even.
Who's they?
What is the timeline here?
Victims in my case, like all of this stuff. It doesn't seem like there's much fear on their side. It doesn't seem like they're really that afraid, despite how horrifying, you know, the doxing and everything else is. Whereas when I look on my side, right, everybody's fucking terrified of the anti-fan communities over there. Hutch came out and said, like, I can't be anywhere near.
Agreed, there's justified lying. For example, if you're in the military and you've been captured and the information you have can harm your fellow soldiers, is justified. Yes, exactly. Like, again, lying isn't inherently evil. Pisco seems to think that lying is inherently evil, inherently bad, right? But I don't think he's using his brain, okay? Sorry, not using his brain. I think he's just being malicious and, like, he doesn't actually believe what he's saying, okay? Like, there's no way you think that in all scenarios lying is bad. It's just cringe.
Here,
So
you know,
stupid.
like.
Again, Hutch was told by somebody. Somebody lied to Hutch and said, like, look, they're doxing you here. And it's a lie by omission because he leaves out that you were doxed on this website, like, a year before this or something, okay?
Yeah, but keep in mind, doxing... Okay, hold on. Oh my god, dude. Doxing isn't just like the initial action of trying to find their information, okay? If you find someone's information, but you don't publicize it, you haven't been doxed, okay? Like, for example, if... Oh, I found a dog collar. Good luck. But, like, again, if you found... Like, let's just say you... Because I had one of my viewers, okay? One of my viewers was a, kind of a schizo. And you know what? Do your thing, King, okay? But, like, he dug into my history, and he found me IRL. Like, he straight up, like, completely doxed me. Not completely doxed me, but completely found all my, like, public information. But he chose not to, like, publicize it. But he did let me know that he found it. He's like, yo, by the way, I found all this information on you. I saw your fucking X and X and X and Y and X and Y and X and Y, right? So it's like, I was like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, this shit is hella private. You fucking found all this shit? Like, yeah, this shit is hella private. It's like, okay, was it Radiant? No, it was not Radiant. No. It's a person you probably don't even know because it was from a long time ago. It was before I actually had a streaming career, much of a streaming career. But you know what? Sometimes schizo's got a schizo, okay? It is what it is. But if he did decide to publicize it, then it's doxing, okay? If he did decide to publicize it, then yeah, that's doxing. But finding my information and then keeping it to himself and him never telling another soul, yeah. So if you, so let's just say that you, let's just say that someone is already doxed, okay? So if Hutch is already doxed on Kiwi Farms like a year beforehand, and then people started spreading Hutch's dox, you realize that they are doxing, right? Like, if you spread around a dox, that is just doxing, straight up, right? Like, it's not even spreading a dox, it's just doxing. Because what you're doing is that you're maliciously spreading around information, right? That is not otherwise meant to be there. But at the same time, you recognize the consequences, you do it anyway because you don't care about the person, or you want to, like, deal deliberate harm to them, right? So spreading around someone's dox is still doxing because that fits the definition of either malice or negligence, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's just retarded.
Sorry,
yeah, that still is doxing. Oh, you've been doxed before, and you can't be doxed again.
Yeah, you're doxed in like September 2024.
What are you talking
and
about?
Destiny reads the Kiwi Farms thread of him obsessively, and any claims otherwise.
It's like if I put my donations towards personal dox, that kind of sucks, bro. Freaky. What do you mean? What sucks?
Lies are just like total lies. He reads it obsessively. He would constantly reference it on stream like years ago. He,
Otters?
What am I trying to think of? Oh, he never informs people. And he really should. He should inform his friends like, hey, I have this like pretty crazy thing. You should make sure your like OPSEC is good. Because if we're collabing.
Wait, what are you talking about? He does do that? Question mark? Didn't Destiny literally tell Willie Mac that he's been doxed? Wasn't Destiny literally the one after not having a bridge? Hold on.
Shaken, not stirred.
Lying is fine when it's for a good cause and not in a setting where long-term trust matters, like WPOW's situation was for a good cause, but to the internet as a streamer, bad for long-term trust.
Sure. Like, yeah, I would say so. Like, for example, like, if you really had to be, like, let's just say you're cheating, okay? Let's just say you're cheating, all right? For your own self-preservation, all right? For something such as love, all right? I would imagine you might have to actually just lie, okay? Oh my lord! From a cheater's perspective, it's kind of understandable why they would lie for that, right? Or let's just say if someone's... By the way, that doesn't mean it's good, okay? Obviously, cheating is bad and cheating isn't good, okay? Obviously, of course, okay? Just want to clarify that part, okay? But you can understand the perspective of cheater if they like went around lying about the fact that they cheated, right? That's the entire point of cheating, is that they don't let the other person know about it, right? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's just how it works, right? Anyway.
I have like this other element here, right? But he doesn't do that because that like actually fucks with people.
Thank you.
People
for
might go,
so.
well, actually, maybe I don't want to collab. Maybe I don't want to be on stream or something, right? So, but then he tells Hutch, and I would just wonder if he told Hutch the truth about when he was doxxed, and if he notified Hutch actually when he was doxxed, right?
He does tell them, though. What? But so it's not like he doesn't tell them. He tells them.
About if Hutch ever watches any of this stuff. I don't know if he's around.
He doesn't. Nah, he doesn't.
That's how it goes.
Otherwise, like, I can imagine that Hutch doesn't pay attention to like the drama shit. That's my impression.
Sorry, I'm getting some DMs. So.
Uh-oh.
All right. Again, no script for this. I didn't like figure out anything, but I have the Ryle clips now. So
do you usually have a script, or like what are you saying?
So the first thing he says in the video is, I was just talking to him, so now I'm going to show up or something. But here's our DMs. I never talked to him. He just blind DM'd me. So this is the DM from Darius. I'm coming to your house with your consent. And there's no response. So Ryle didn't respond. Darius just says, I'm coming to your house. So he messages him directly to harass him directly shortly after he was doxxed, right? Or maybe...
Wait, where's the video? Like, where's the clip of him like going up to his house? By the way, okay, since it's already happened, there's nothing wrong with showing Ryle's old place on the screen, right? Like, if you're really worried about like, oh, showing Ryle's place on the screen, right, to get a confirmation, if you're gonna make the claim, then at that point you have to kind of forego privacy, right? Like, if you're gonna make a claim like, oh yeah, Darius went there as a person, like I don't doubt that that's happened, just maybe because Steven doesn't deny it. But like, in my opinion, like, you should probably just show that, because it's like, bro, I don't know, like, how did he act? Like, did he act like a fucking wild animal, or did he go like awkwardly like fucking straggle up to the house and shit, right? Like, which one is it anyway?
A little bit after he's doxxed, maybe not shortly. Okay, here's the video.
Oh, here we go.
Will you collab with Lauren Delaguna, Lil Bro?
No.
Someone was just talking to me, and I'm going to approach them. There's not really much else to it. Lauren wants you so bad.
Wait, this isn't...
So he's like saying, I guess someone was talking to him, so I'm going to approach them, just making things up.
Lauren obsessed over a heroin addict who called the police on her cuss.
I know.
Even he wouldn't stoop that low.
Okay, putting this down. Oh, this is so great. Dude, my eyes are like acting.
Just to be very clear, I have no positive thoughts of Destiny's other orbiters, okay? All of them have fucking, like, they have either betrayed a deal, backstabbed me, or they have, or just straight up, they aggressed upon me first, okay? Just so you guys know, okay? Just want to make that extremely clear. Not gonna defend Dan, not gonna defend Darius, okay?
Okay.
Can I speed this up? I can.
Lauren,
Speed it up a little
why
bit.
won't you return my DMs? I need to talk to you. Call me back, baby. Toodles.
Alright, let me check this real quick. Never, I refuse to be near this loser. I had sex with that.
I'm pretty sure I defended Impact Chan over Darius, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I defended Impact Chan over Darius.
He literally was at Action Man's house. As
Yeah,
you, baby.
I remember that.
Pretty much trying to fuck you for like 8 months. I'm pretty sure you'll come by me if I give you enough attention.
Nigga.
Get the painted nails. I didn't notice that before.
Checking his Discord to see if he's messaged me yet. Nope, no message.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. Never mind.
Lauren Delaguna said she's gonna come to the house and paint.
She wanted to fuck Action Man's ugly ass. How? Is she a lawyer?
Alright.
Here we go. Is he texting Ryle? No idea. I think so, maybe? I don't know.
Amazon packages.
So this is him at the house. Whose house? So he believes this is like Ryle's house. This is like the address Destiny doxed, right?
Hello, hi, is there someone named Ryle that lives here? Okay.
What? His name isn't actually Ryle. I can't tell if this is Darius memeing or he's just being dumb. What the fuck? His name isn't actually Ryle. You think his name is Ryle?
Dispensation.
Zorp, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships on YouTube. Holy shit. Okay, listen, you need to keep going until your inheritance is empty, okay? Holy fuck, thank you so much. You need to be like Doobie, okay? You need to embrace your inner Doobie, all right? Embrace your inner Doobie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, okay? Thank you. Hey, Merry New Year's, and I'll catch you later. Okay, I don't know, I'll see you or not later. So, okay, bye, see ya, love you, thank you. Hello, is this the Kitten House residence? Yeah, that's obviously retarded. I can't wait to donate again. Good, I'll be waiting here patiently for your donation, okay? Thank you. All right, very based, okay? W Zorp. Honestly, guys, do not just simply let Zorp carry all the weight. Okay, all right. It's time to chip in. Okay, it's time to chip in and help Zorp lift up the sky. All right, Atlas alone cannot lift it. All right.
You guys flew here? No. Okay. Has there ever been someone named Ryle that lived here? No idea. Okay. Well, thank you. It's an Indian lady.
Bro, I can't tell. I actually cannot tell whether or not he's memeing when he says like, oh yeah, does somebody named Ryle? Obviously his name isn't fucking Ryle. His name isn't fucking Ryle. Like, are we sure? Like, can we be sure here that he didn't just drive to a random fucking location that isn't even his old fucking house and just like pretended that he visited him in person or what? Like, okay, man. Wasn't Destiny doxed the whole Destiny solely to figure out who the fuck Solo is? No. He has doxed his malicious, like, fucking anti-fans as well, so, yeah. For people that he thinks truly deserve it, which, I mean, to be fair, they kind of
do. He goes in,
He's an Indian.
asks for
What's his real, I
Ryle.
know his real name. Oh. Let me try one more time.
The humanity.
Oh, so he says he didn't know his real name, somehow got the address from someone, I guess, and then was like, oh, wait, let me go back and knock again and ask if that person's here.
Just to be clear, okay, this is still unhinged, okay? If I catch any of you guys doing this, okay, you're out of my community, all right? Good thing Darius isn't a part of our community, but yeah, do not, this might sound crazy, but do not do this, okay? Do not actually do this. And I think that Destiny should 100% excommunicate Darius, okay? If like he's just such a liability. But I get it, I understand, okay? I understand. You know what? You're keeping him around because you need all the loyalty you can get, okay? You got chicken and waffles with Nick Fuentes, so what is one more Darius, right? Oh well.
She's not gonna answer now.
I don't know if this is literally a crime. I think it's, depending on what he said before. So the person who told me about the...
No, this is not a crime, okay? But who cares whether or not this is a crime or not, right? Like, we have to evaluate whether or not this is moral to do, whether it is okay to do, which it probably is.
The fighting thing? Somebody told me who had watched this VOD, I want to say it was Plant Dad, but I'm not sure, that basically Darius said he was going to go confront him or fight him before this. So I don't have that part of the VOD,
house right after D-Dawson makes D look pretty bad.
But we'll see.
I'll say this, okay? I don't think Destiny should. I think Darius deserves criticism, but probably in private, okay? Because in my opinion, Destiny doesn't need to disavow Darius. I don't think Destiny should disavow Darius, okay, in front of the anti-fans, because the anti-fans are bad faith actors, right? Why should you disavow the left in front of Republicans when Republicans are trying to blame you for like the fucking shootings, right? It's the same concept. He should probably talk to Darius in private, okay? That's my prescription. That's my critique. Okay, he should probably talk to Darius in private and tell him not to do something like this, okay? But not in front of the anti-fans. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that concession. They don't, okay? Not after sending emails to Rose and not after, like, everything else, right? Oh. Wow. Zorp, thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships on YouTube. Again! Holy shit! Thank you! Bored? Don't worry, I'm here for you, okay? Base, thank you so much. Holy fuck! You've donated so much! Thank you. That's crazy. Yeah, I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
We'll see if we can find that as well.
Holy shit.
But I think if you were uttering threats, if you were basically...
Tam TV Master received a gift membership by Zorp123. This person has a verified check. Who the hell? Okay, cool.
Making it clear that you're coming to somebody's house to intimidate
Tam TV
them,
Master
to physically threaten
exposed.
them. I do think that would rise to a crime, no?
She's on the phone. She called the police on me?
Oh, 181,000 subscribers. Nice.
Dude, she can like see me. She sees me. She's like worried. None of the male. All the males like Indian.
Literally describing this person being distressed by his presence.
Alright. She's like on the phone with somebody. Alright, bro.
Is this during his other legal trouble? Yes.
Oh.
Why did Darius do this?
On the phone with somebody, bro. Can't like answer the fucking question, dude.
He was arrested days after this 3 times. Oh, is this before? I thought this was after one of his arrests already. Was this not after, like, the KitCon? Maybe it is before. Damn, timelines are blending for me.
I don't see if she tries to get my license plate or not. She's not doing anything.
Hello, let me in, please, madam. Please let me inside.
It's an Indian family.
Maybe they had a son kidnapped and they're looking at you because they're like, did you come home? Are you coming home? Rajesh?
Hey, Scatter, thank you so much for the...
Yeah, true.
Scatter, thank you so much for the 1 gift that's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness.
Foodshops.
Rajesh, is that you?
What a waste of time, just like everyone said it would be.
Well. I guess I get to Ethan, whatever.
Any idea how long ago? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter how long ago he did this?
Oh, this is when he had a warrant out. After KitCon when he was on the lam. Okay. Crazy. Crazy behavior.
Alright, well.
Lauren has to be impressed by this.
Why should she be impressed? There's nothing to be impressed about. Call the cops on him for not coming out to play.
What an absolute failure. No host for you.
I don't know what the fuck his name is. How am I supposed to know what his name is?
Who
I don't know what the
knows?
fuck his name is.
Maybe it does matter. You have to
Chat
convince
joking
me.
about Destiny endorsing this and or wanting it. Darius is actually just insanely fucking stupid. Does he have sperm tattooed on his arm? That is the curse seal tattoo. The Sasuke curse seal tattoo. That's like the curse spreading out from Naruto.
Look, I didn't look that deep. I just figured he'd be down to hang out.
Good luck's here.
Will you collab with Lauren to...
I thought he was just down to hang out. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, hold on. Do I have DMs? Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. Now, I didn't cover this at the time because basically I didn't want to draw attention to the doxing that had happened. But now, unfortunately, we're 6 months later and nothing's really abated.
To intimidate
Destiny's
him,
going
I'm
just as hard
guessing.
as he ever was. So it's kind of like everybody's like, well, I guess we just talk about it now. All right, we're back to this counterpoints conversation now.
Destiny,
Oh,
these
yeah,
guys,
I
like
forgot
the
that we were
doxing and
even
everything else
covering
that's going
this.
on. This is just way too crazy. Like every single person in my corner of the internet was getting doxed on Kiwi Farms, and everybody was getting crazy harassed by the people in Jstlk's Discord server. So like,
I think I've had enough J-Stuck for an entire week. Holy shit.
Again, Destiny can
This is
try to
cancer.
make this different, but all of the people he's talking about. Fuck, how do I do this? How do I separate this?
Hey, Anvil, I'll take that.
I don't know how I separate this. I still don't know how to talk about it because I don't want to just point out like, oh, well, all these people were doxxed. But basically, anybody who is a big, I'll look, okay, anybody around Destiny who's even a big or medium-sized content creator was doxxed either months after he started his doxing campaign or months before, when I was his friend or like a content creator who managed like a space that was adjacent to his. However you want to describe that. He's doing the Kevil's webbing thing. Yeah, we point that out all the time, Spudgun. He is doing that, right? Are you trying to say people were doxxed on both sides? No, I am saying that they're literally, when Destiny decided to hold me or Kuihman or these communities responsible, there literally wasn't doxing occurring during that period. The closest you get there, I believe, is a comment from...
Well, good thing my standard for whether or not a person deserves to be doxxed is different from just simply like defensive doxing, right? Like, good thing my standards are a little bit different, right? I think I remember myself saying, if you go after someone's job, right? If you make an attempt on someone's job and you decide to try to cancel their career, right? Either by propaganda purposes or whatever the fuck, right? If you deliberately go after someone's career and you do that, I think the other person has a justification to dox you. Even though let's just say the person who is trying to cancel you has not doxed you, okay? Let's just say they have not doxed you. If they're going after your career, yeah, I think they have a justification to do that, okay? It's reasonable for them to do it, right? Which is basically my justification, obviously, You know, that's just my personal reasoning for it. But oh fuck, yo. Good one. Good memes. Nice.
Somebody going,
I
isn't
fuck
this
with the
tomfoolery
glasses.
guy Jstlk's lolcow?
Screw you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But do you feel communities that didn't like him were adding fuel to the fire? Possibly, but what do you expect? What's the ought there? OMG, it's OG. What do you think the ought is there? What ought we do if we have legitimate claims, legitimate problems?
Didn't mean to do that.
There isn't doxing occurring actively, and we want to describe those things. Because I would say that I don't antagonize Kiwi Farms. I don't try to go and like fuck with Kiwi Farms. Destiny explicitly fights with them, explicitly fights with the people there.
Wait, what the fuck? No, bro. Kiwi Farms tolerates you because you're on your anti-Destiny crusade. You represent Kiwi Farms, okay? Whether or not you like it. You don't even need to do it on purpose, okay? Like, yeah, first of all, okay, I do think that you think of yourself as like a representative for Kiwi Farms, okay? I do actually think that you think of yourself that way. However, even if that wasn't your intention, you are, through your own actions, you are, right? And why the fuck? Yeah, again, like, so stupid. Whatever, it's okay. Bad faith, what can I do?
That's what he was doing in May of 2025 when he posted Rose's pictures,
he got gassed up by the
college,
farmers, yeah.
basically her location.
He's like, I am the one. I am the one. Hell yeah.
Destiny explicitly taunts Kiwi Farms and taunts them into doxing people. And then he expects me to
Why do you think
not
he did that?
criticize him or
Why
not
do you think he did
criticize
that?
him multiple times in the same month or something. Or like they're basically their argument is like you go too hard. It's like, well, I don't. The content I think deceptively looks like on the YouTube channel, like I go really hard on this guy, right? Like I'm only covering him. I admit that it can look like that, but objectively, the stuff that gets posted to the YouTube channel, especially before maybe a month or two ago, it was basically cutting just the Destiny like content. Like Ryle was just trying to make money for his channel, right? So he would cut the stuff that was of interest to him, the Destiny stuff. Like I understand that. I can't tell the guy, oh, you have to go cut my like Candace Owens segment because I want that on your YouTube channel. I can't tell him that, right? Even though I did. And I think Ryle refined his process. He got things like going out a lot faster now, so he puts a lot more stuff on there. But before, I just like it wasn't. I would cover a bunch of stuff on stream, which wasn't indicative. Like the Ryle channel wasn't indicative of the stuff I covered on stream, like the ratios. Your content, though. It is my content, but I don't think so. I think if I was only covering Destiny every stream for months and months and months, then I would understand. But it's not like that. It's not like the Jaden McNeil stream with Nick Fuentes with regards to Nick, right? It's not like that. It's like really like mostly other content, especially there were long periods where we basically didn't talk about this guy at all. Why didn't you apply to be Nick Lee's assistant? Because I wouldn't want to do that. So I stand by the content. I'm saying that the criticism they make sometimes is, oh, it's only Destiny content. It's like, no, it's not. It's like actually been long periods of like no Destiny content. Or like I'll be waiting for a court.
How does that, bro? All your Discord talks about is Destiny. The only thing your viewers care about is when you talk about Destiny. You are, what are you on about? You know where your place is in this world, all right? It's just being anti-Destiny, all right? So stupid, dude, bro.
Document or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that criticism isn't really even an accurate
Absolve
criticism.
yourself.
So, at least from a guy who honestly likes you both, it felt like an all-out war between a ton of you guys. For a while, it felt like there were no rules. Like, do or say whatever makes you look good, your side win or look good. Can you name an example of somewhere I lied? That would be helpful. If you could say, like, where I lied. So I understand that you could have that feeling, but could you give me... So you don't even need a clip, but could you try to give me an example where I was, like, lying about Destiny to get him?
You need to find a pillow. What parts? Sorry, mate. Do you have any pillows?
I actually don't know. I literally don't know.
I don't have
so this
coffee
is the
bars,
thing is
I'm
I always
sorry.
ask people for examples because the most common examples that they use are things that I explicitly was on the other side of, like saying that Destiny didn't have representation. I was explicitly on the other side of that, saying no, because I literally knew for a fact that he had a lawyer. I knew his lawyer's name before it was announced publicly. I knew that Andrew Brettler was this lawyer. I'm watching about an hour back. Did you say Pxie offered to settle for $200K and Destiny refused? Really? No. I don't know if you're watching this now, or maybe you'll catch up to it, but no, I did not say that. I said Pxie was willing to settle for less than what she initially offered, which is like the $15 million. I do believe they said we would explicitly settle for less than that, and Destiny didn't give them like a compelling return offer. The return offer was...
Maybe? Okay. Bro, the money is less important. I'm sorry, but the money is less important than the principle of it, okay? Like, straight up. All right? The money is less important than the principle of it. All right? What? Yeah, you want to spend more money than it's actually worth to send a message. The message is invaluable. The message is, you cannot terrorize me in court and get me to capitulate to terroristic demands, right? I do not negotiate with terrorists. I do not negotiate with bad faith actors. I'm willing to spend that much money to tell you that I am not willing to make a deal with terrorists, right? It's about the message. It's not about the money, all right? 200K? That's a small price to pay for a message, okay? Did Jstlk just put out the soft N all the time? And he's Canadian. He's Canadian white. He's not even hood.
You can keep your Substack money, and you give me an apology.
He's Canadian.
And take down your Substack. So she didn't offer to settle for 200K, as far as I know. I think I said I thought the sweet spot. This is my feeling. Was the sweet spot was about 200K, about enough to pay for her law school. I think.
Why pay her for a law school for all this shit that she...
568 viewers with this chat speed. Get the chat bot too.
Bro.
Do we have 568 viewers right now? That's crazy. 584? What? Why are people watching this? Who's watching this even?
Good question.
Crazy.
100% botted. Okay,
right.
100% botted.
What are we doing here?
100%
That's
botted.
pretty quick. I think... Wait, where's the kick chat logs thing? Let me look at that real quick. Let me see what the chat rate is like.
Oh my god, I didn't know that you could flank from there. What the fuck? There's an open window?
I hope I remember to turn multi.
There's an open window?
You cut in half.
From the stairwell?
I did. Awesome. Cool. Okay, around like 40 chatters. Got up to 50 chatters a little while ago. Like I said, about 10% is what you expect. So, I mean, that's a little off, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we got to look into that.
What?
We'll see what we have in this hour now that you pointed it out, though.
I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker
guys,
is saying.
here, we'll do this.
Oh, shit.
I want you all to type something in chat, okay? Even if you're listening, maximize the screen, go type something in chat so that we can see whatever the number is, okay, of the people who are willing to chat. Type something in chat. We'll see how high we can spike that 5-minute window, okay? Just need to keep typing in chat. Just say whatever you can in chat. We'll see who's here, who's like AFK, who's just listening, what's going on. Type something in chat if you're listening, even if you're away from the computer right now. Okay, so whatever it is, that's about, we'll see what it comes out to. I'm not totally sure, okay? We'll get a number here in just a little bit. And then, if the number is significantly higher, I'm going to be very concerned that you guys aren't doing, you're not pulling your weight, okay?
Holy shit, thank you. I'll use it.
Me make money via KCIP, okay?
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for saying something. I'm sure that'll show up.
Here we
might have to give it 4 minutes here to show up in that 5-minute window.
Don't buy into that. I don't think they even feel like it's barbaric or whatever. They just, I don't think that's true.
Like, oh shit, it's destroyed!
Instance, like no, it's not. You know who Zoe and Jacob are?
Yeah, they're the people who moved into a Discord and they were your friends, and then they just spent months saying you're a bad guy.
So when Blav doxed them initially...
That's one framing. Another framing is...
Oh my lord.
They didn't like that they got doxed for being on your side of some drama. That did happen. I felt bad for them. I deleted all their messages. I did whatever I could to help them clean up anything from my Discord, because I felt really bad that they got doxed based on some drama that happened on my stream. Wait, when I was still friends with Destiny, by the way. I felt really bad about this. And they came back and, like, weren't that scared of Blav.
My
like,
God.
One thing is, if you're somebody who doesn't like Destiny, that's true. You're not at risk of, like, that guy doxing you. That's true. I don't think that gives anybody the right to dox people who are against Destiny. I think that's
Is this what
crazy.
the Ukrainians feel every day?
But I think what happened was they became aware of some stuff because Zoe...
Do you have any shields or HP?
That they felt like you were actually a worse person than they ever realized, and they wanted to say something about it. And then you were like, hey, can somebody repost their docs?
I'll let you finish it.
So then I think it was just like, oh, they really don't like you now.
Wait, did it go down?
I don't know. That seemed to be what happened.
Wait, it went down. Oh shit, right? Did it go down?
One framing is they just came back and started hating him
thank you so much.
out of nowhere. Another framing is, well, one of these people might have had
isn't it
non-consensual things shared with
Isn't
them.
it good when people
And
actually
they didn't
team
like
up
that.
and
They
stuff,
felt
killing
like they
each
were
other?
somehow complicit. They felt like a little guilty and gross, and they felt like they should say something. That's another way of framing it. You can pick either interpretation.
Thank you so much. You're a real one,
They
man.
left the internet for 2 months. And then they came back and somehow made up with Blav, and now they're like my biggest Antifans. They haven't left because of me doxing people on that server, me threatening anybody. They're still there. They're still chatting.
Gaming. I know. Cooperation. Wow.
Oh, because they were.
If you're an asshole, it's crazy, isn't it?
There is something of like an effect. And listen, maybe if I wanted to ad hoc
Thank you.
criticism
I
of
appreciate
me,
that. Thank you.
Like right on the fly, it might be something like, well, you know, Destiny says he already doxed you. He's probably not going to try to dox you more or something. So why don't you cool this?
Betray you? He gave me a wolf
or stop talking about him so that the community's not at risk.
Fucking
I think that would be like a fair criticism. If somebody in my community said that to me, I'd be like, you know what? That
would be a crazy
I'm not going
betrayal.
to, but I understand how you feel that way and like protect
Do I have the
yourself
key?
appropriately. You feel like you got to go. I totally understand that. But once you're doxed, it's like, well, I don't know. I'm not. What else are we supposed to do here? Like I'm in the pool. I didn't want to get pushed in the pool. It's worse than that. Okay, it's like a pool of acid. But now that I'm in the pool, it's like, well, yeah. If I get out of the pool and you threaten to push me again, I'm already wet. Yeah.
Oh my god. Can somebody like? Are you fucking serious? Hold on, we can make it. Can we? Fuck me. Sorry, I was gonna say. Does anybody have a revive? Does anybody have a defib? Oh no. Duck missile, no! I'm sorry. I got killed by a pop because I have no more shield and no more health. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, you're still good.
Thank you. I love you.
No problem, girly.
Oh my god, I got called girly.
Come on,
What the fuck?
Take an X-Max, come on.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I got gendered correctly for once. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is such a wonderful interaction. If only everybody could be like this. Are you actually kidding me? Hold on.
Oh, hey, Leaper.
Oh, where's the button? Thank you. Days.
What the fuck are you even doing?
Thinking by sending a titty pic.
Not very scary. We really don't engage in like very much fucked up
If I had this guy's Discord, I probably would, okay? Anyway.
behavior anyway.
Yeah, but I think we...
Sure, why not?
I probably did stand a bit too much, not gonna lie.
As the guy who was posting doxbin links in his chat 3 weeks ago.
Me too.
We can acknowledge, though, that doxing in general, because the whole reason why they left the internet because of Blab or...
Oh, and his community, I guess the comment on his community would be that they repost dox information constantly, right? It wouldn't be that they are themselves seeking out and creating new docs like folios and posting them. It would be that they repost the doxes.
Wait, what'd you say about me?
You trans, perchance?
Yeah, why? Why would you ask that? What the fuck?
Well, I asked that because I feel like I clocked you, because it takes...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. I don't care. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Okay, cool.
That Destiny posts all the time.
or whatever, is because they are scared of consequences.
Of certain communities.
Somebody's going to
never mind.
work. Somebody's going to
Kiwi Farms doing it, yes.
Make up rumors about them.
Of Kiwi Farms doing it, yes. But not my...
So it seems pretty absurd that when they... Oh, shit. Okay, so we spiked it up to 120.
Did he say it takes one to know one? Wait, is that what he said? Wait, someone play it back. Someone play it back. Somebody play it back. Somebody play back the VOD.
Now...
It's a stream sniper for sure. Absolutely no way. No shot that's a stream sniper. Absolutely no shot that was a stream sniper. I'm not popular enough to have stream snipers, okay? Because I think that Destiny is popular enough to have stream snipers. I think that he has been stream sniped by somebody, I think, pretending to be Jstlk. Can anybody find that clip where some DG ran up to him and then said was trolling him as Jstlk? That has to be fake, right? There's no way that's real.
That's pretty high. We never get that level of chatter. That's where we spiked it up to, was 120. Okay. Now, is that maybe that's indicative of something bad? I don't know. I've always thought that Kick has like a multiplier on it. I don't know if you could explain it with a multiplier. Not totally sure. Anyway,
my community. I don't know if we've ever done this before. I don't know if
that was like the nicest motherfucker ever.
I don't think anybody really believes that when they say TGG will do these things, because I don't think it's even happened before.
Yeah, but the counter argument.
Okay, the clocking comment was a little bit weird. Okay, but you know what? That was nice.
It is when you say that you would kill Kuihman and Jstlk and whoever else if you could. The argument is that effectively that's stochastic rhetoric, and that's where I don't want you to.
Yeah, but do they? First of all,
I don't want you to piss on my leg and tell me that.
Yeah, it's like stochastic rhetoric, but are they scared of it? It's like, what are you arguing? Yeah, I threatened to kill these people, but are they scared? It's like, No, the rhetoric itself is bad. That's what Connor's criticizing. But they're not scared. Like, well, I don't negotiate with terrorists right now. Like, I'm not going to negotiate with a terrorist, a literal terrorist. That's how I feel about it. But that's like, by the way, I know for a fact, and I've said this 100 different times, and I'll say it again. The best thing for my like career as a streamer would be to move on from this entirely. It would have been the best decision I could have made as a streamer after like the first like 3 days when these like leaks,
you sure about that?
When the Pxie lawsuit stuff came out, the stuff about Cherry came out, when
sure,
all this happened. The best
sure
thing I could have done as a
that,
streamer
or...
is gone, fuck Destiny. But you know what else? Hassan is bad.
Thank you.
The Hassan is bad group is
that.
so profitable. I could have still been friends with Dan. Well, I mean, I still am best friends with Dan, actually. We talk every day. But I could still be friends with Dan publicly. I could still go and like snark on Hassan, and nobody in Destiny's community would give me 1 ounce of grief. I could just ignore him. I could snark on Hassan. I could make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. That is 100%. That would have been the easiest thing in the world to do.
If you could make hundreds of thousands of dollars by now, you would have done it because you are so fucking shameless. Okay? You're so shameless about like money gatekeeping your entire Discord server, money gatekeeping personal time that you could spend with your fans, money gatekeeping on bans, money gatekeeping everything. There's nothing inherently wrong with these things, okay? Considering how, oh, it's free to watch you, right? Like no one, like you aren't being forced to not watch him or whatever, right? Like there is no monetary restriction there. Streaming for a specific viewer is a luxury service, okay? And if anybody gives you money out of their own, like there's technically nothing wrong with that, okay? However, at the same time, you are so lying, okay? If you can make that much money snarking on Hassan right now, you would have done so already, okay? Because you're so in love with money, all right? You're so in love with money that you would have done that already. Most definitely, all right? Like, let's not even pretend that you wouldn't, okay? Because you would. So, yeah, like, what a silly thing to claim. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Careful, buddy. My God, almost done with provisions.
Telling you, it doesn't get any fucking easier. All of the same people who used to feed me.
Okay, that's enough.